Hello and welcome to Ventures Initiative presents Crossroads. Hi.
Woo!
Hello.
Hi. How's it going? How are my players? Hi. I was gonna say introduce yourself, but you know, your names are all above your head, so.
Oh yeah, we are. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, wow.
So you guys don't have
That's how
to.
you spell that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Exactly. I'm pretty sure I spelled everyone's name correctly. As you guys can see, we have a little shape in the corner missing. It'll be filled later.
Good
So
cover.
yeah, fun.
That's a mystery tool for later.
Any announcements that
It's a
we may have?
surprise tool that'll help us later.
Do you have any
Um,
announcements?
Somebody else take over the ad read. I'm sleepy.
Okay.
Have you ever wanted to just throw in an NPC or a new character into a campaign with very minimal work on your part?
I always wanted to do that.
You have. Everybody has. Every DM on this planet has wanted to do that. So why not make it even easier with our partner and sponsor for this campaign and our streams, Skinny Minis, partnered with Dungeon in a Box. They are simple, easy to use miniatures for your tabletop role-playing games. They have digital tokens for you to use with digital tabletops for your role-playing games. And they're prefabbed and pre-made for you to easily just stick into any campaign you want. And they're ready to use right then and there. You can go to the link in our link tree at skinnyminis.whatever. skinnyminis.com.
It's in the bio, or it's
I'll
in the
assume.
link tree.
It's in the link tree, and use the code ANIPOD, that's ANIPOD, for a discount on your next purchase for your subscription to Skinny Minis. And thank you to Skinny Minis for supporting the stream, and we love you. Great. And we also
I'm not going to
would
let
like
people take over the ad read anymore.
Thank you, Deadly. You know what I think would be a great idea for like just online stuff? What if we made like fake ads for the like stores in our worlds? That would be funny.
Oh god, that would be great.
Welcome to the Bumblebee Inn. How's it going today?
Zab's Harbor Freight.
Come on down to
All right. I know not Dadley rolled his eyes because that's the thing that I do. They told me that I do this thing a lot.
Which literally just exists in the world of Inquisition thanks to these people.
You're welcome. Also, we have a campaign for the Inquisition campaign. If we get enough inspiration, I think we're at 10 right now, or is it 11?
Oh God, do I have
We're
to
at
keep
11
track of that
points
for
right
this
now.
Too?
No, like you don't have to do it here. But
okay.
when you go to watch Inquisitions, we have a campaign going for 50 inspiration points, and we get a whole list of fantasy.
Yeah.
Of like real life put to fantasy shops.
Yep. So there's a whole list of fantasy chain stores that was sent to me, and the question was asked, how many inspiration points for this? And I answered it live on stream as being 50 points. So you can use your channel points to give us the players inspiration. You can use slightly more channel points to give the DM inspiration. No, inspiration is the same for everybody, but you can spend more channel points to give disadvantage to the DM. If you spend inspiration points and you just say for the list or for the food or for the chains, it'll get added to that count. And as soon as it hits 50,
hey, thank you for the
subscription.
next session. Rihanna Rose 8.
I don't want to be the thing that's drawing your channel points away from helping us though. So please save it for the
Also, it is September, so if you guys feel so kind, please gift subs. We don't usually ask to gift on this channel, but you know, it's September. It's a great time to do. Yeah, exactly. But gift it to your friends that watch. Tell them about us. Love
gift
faces.
Subs for less. You can subscribe to the channel for yourself for less.
And others.
We have a whole lot of fun here. It's great. We have a lot of shows that you can watch.
On that note.
Who would like to get? Let's get into.
What was that note? Like a
nose goes to recap.
Well, I guess that's me then. So last time,
Dragon Ball Z.
last time on Crossroads, well, the last couple of episodes have been eventful. We found a guy lost at sea. We killed a dragon turtle, but nobody else believes that we did. We fought but did not kill, eventually diplomatized with some spider folk who had invaded and infested brew house, the ale house, I think it's literally called. After that, we were a couple among us found a weird black stone, and we spent almost the entirety of the last session studying that stone and seeing what the heck it was. We eventually came to the conclusion it might be a seed that Canna and 12 have some kind of tentative relation to, thanks to a dream that 12 had where he went into a shack that turned him into a child and he met a blue-haired lady. And that was pretty cool. And other than that,
He was also given a task to bring joy to others.
he was given a
Yes,
task.
I have to bring joy to people as the most emo sad boy of the group.
He's
Pretty much.
having a hard time with that one.
Yeah, he's just straight up asking people what brings them joy and trying to do it as fast as possible. He needs to understand that this is a longer process than that.
Mm-hmm.
But that hasn't come up
I'll
naturally.
give you
in
a
dialogue
psychological
yet.
thing to have to do.
I was about to say that hasn't come up naturally in dialogue yet, so it
No.
doesn't matter. So we ended
And
the
now it's
last
time for a
session.
party.
We ended the last session pretty much like at the end of that day.
You
And
guys
we-
were going off because you guys were talking about how nobody in the party was human.
Yes, and then somebody was watching, like side-eyeing.
Oh yeah,
us
we
from
had
afar,
we had a conversation talking about how nobody in the party was human, and then
which was surprising because Lux looks very human.
yeah,
Mhm.
very human. And Lux wanted to say something, but then realized that we were being observed, so they were going to take us. I think I suggested that we go back to Canna and 12's house
That's
to do
correct.
this.
Mhm.
And as soon as we got there, they would tell us. And then we
Yep.
left the bar, ready to go to Canna and 12's house. We didn't end up there, but we left to go there.
All right. So
So,
you guys are on the street,
yes,
walking towards the area or your guys' house.
definitely.
I just read Dippy's name for Zoom, and I had to take a beat there. So
Yeah.
as you guys are walking down the street, let me get the music going. Let me get the vibe going, you guys.
Yes.
What's the vibe? What's the vibe for tonight, Dono?
It's
I would like to roll a
It's crisp.
vibe check.
Yeah,
crisp.
can we
It's a little
roll-
clean. There's also noise going on. As you guys begin to walk down the road towards the farm, that house of your guys' parents, in that place where you can hear the sounds in the distance of machinery and clanking all around as you turn the corner to go down your grove-like road. I'll let you guys just kind of have an RP moment right now. Just talk among yourselves.
Now, I will tell you guys, this is me and 12's folks are kind of the inventive type. They're always working on something. So if you could just not get in the way of their work,
I love
That's what-
tinkering.
but help
That's what
them
you're
out.
warning the people
Okay.
about. Our dad's a robot. Our dad's made of
Can I
metal.
see?
Well, I was
Really?
gonna try to save
That's
that as a
amazing.
surprise for him. 12, come on, let him have a little
Okay.
fun.
I can appreciate good hard workers. After all, I ran a successful blacksmith shop.
I mean, yeah, you probably get along great with my parents.
Yeah, you definitely would.
And then we have too many siblings. I
Yeah.
don't know how many of
What
us.
was our last count? 12, like
I think like 19. I don't know.
Yeah. 19 sounded about right.
Yeah, Dono. Come on with 19 NPCs.
Well, you already have two.
me fucking 19
And
Um,
you know, we're just kind of one big happy family. Me and 12 were the first two, and we've just been gathering brothers and sisters ever since.
They're collectibles now.
Yeah,
It
Okay.
makes sense.
I like to help those that feel like they need help.
That's good.
All right. As you begin to walk down this grove-like path, Shovel. Give me a second. Yeah.
You mean garden tool that can dig with?
Yeah, exactly.
That's Shovel's proper name.
Yeah.
That's Shovel's like
Shovel,
fake-
this
You only hear that
entire
when they're in trouble.
Yeah.
Shovel, this entire walk, you can't help but feel like there's something up, or there's like a shiver in your spine of something happening.
Hey, Ribbit.
Yeah.
You know that feeling?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Really?
Yeah.
That feels so much better that you know what that feels like.
Mm-hmm. I've been around for a while.
I don't like it.
Not me, only just
No, me neither. Do you want to go check it out?
Ribbit.
I look around at everybody. Yeah, you want to go look?
Sure.
I'm sure it can't be bad.
Okay. Let's go.
I peel off with Ribbit.
Okay. Make me.
Shovel?
I would peel off
You
with
guys-
Shovel. Shovel, where are you going?
I'm
What?
Do you want to
What do
wait?
you
Wait.
mean?
Wait.
What-
Before everybody responds, do you want to do it stealthily or do you just do it?
I just do it.
Oh,
I
okay,
just-
cool. So yeah, now you guys see.
Wait, what?
Shovel.
Where
No,
are you
we're
going?
that
I'm
way.
just I'll be right there.
But you don't know where there is.
I stop.
Does
on the,
anybody know where there
I
is?
just stop walking in the middle of the road. I just stop.
Okay.
But this is fun.
All right, we'll be right here.
Yeah.
Right here. And I
Okay.
take like 2 steps to the left.
I've never gotten lost in my entire life.
Yes,
Your
Yeah.
hat
Let's start now.
but knowing you, we're just not going to take the risk.
Jeez.
Okay.
Canna will. No, he won't. Never mind.
I put Ribbit on my shoulder. Why are they so afraid of everything?
I don't know. I mean, the world's kind of a scary place for most people, especially those that aren't immortal.
Posture check.
Sorry, I'm trying to get into like Toad mode, which is like crunch down.
I appreciate your attempt in the car.
I like
Yes.
pet Ribbit's head.
Mhm. It's warm and slightly charred.
Hmm,
So where are we going?
I don't know.
Make
I
me an
just felt
investigation check.
something, and I start looking
Or survival.
around. Yeah.
Is anyone besides Rinehart following Shovel? I'm just standing.
I'm probably gonna follow Shovel.
Investigation or what?
Mm-hmm.
Or survival?
Yeah.
25.
25? Fantastic. Give me a second. I gotta pull something.
Oh, I know what I'll do.
As you are looking about, you can see that there is bush around you and like tree branches that have been snapped, but it's of something smaller variety, something shorter than you. And you look about and you can find, like, you can see these small footprints on the ground. And they seem to be like heavy set within, like they might be heavier than like something normally of that density. This was a survival or investigation?
This was survival.
Okay, survival. Perfect. So I'm giving you the correct information here. As you look about, you can see the indentations, the imprints are very heavy. Like as though it's not exactly dragging, but like the person, they're not leaving a lot of time on each step, but they're very dense. So it's like a light foot but heavy individual that's short. And then as you go and follow these for a while, all of you, not for those following her, begin to like look out, and then suddenly you get to a point where they just kind of disappear. And you try and like look up into the trees and like look around, and for some reason there's no indication that anything is actually here anymore.
She takes a step back. Hello? I was following your footsteps. Are we playing a game?
Does it still see them from the tree line?
No.
No.
Is
they've
this
gone that
whimsy
far?
the same reason you found me and 12 in the woods that day?
No, we were actually a little concerned by the fact that you had a fire going in the middle of the woods.
Aren't you always a fire in the middle of the woods?
I know, but I can control myself. It's other people that I'm worried about.
How did you not know I could control the fire?
Shovel,
don't
did you
know
find
me.
anything?
He squints at you, Rinehart. Control this, and shoots a little fire at you, at your feet.
Yeah.
What? Fine, I'm just feeling a little
we don't
spicy
do that
today.
to friends.
He's your friend.
Are we gonna make new friends with whatever this is? If you could just keep
It's
spitting
okay, little guy.
fire?
We're friends too.
Okay. Lux. Where's the rock?
Mm-hmm. What?
Where's the rock? On your hat? Or-
In my hat?
Okay. So, Canna and Lux,
Yes.
you stand in the middle of the road for a long
Yes.
period of time. Lux, your
Well-
familiar begins to like kind of make a quick jolt movement.
How long has it been since they left?
They left about, I want to say like, it's been about probably 5 minutes tops.
5 minutes?
Not too long. So nothing, like no real indication. You've just been waiting patiently. Is there anything that you want to do?
Well, I'm not super duper worried about them because 12 went with them and he can protect them, I'm
Mhm.
sure. But, I mean, I look around to see if anyone else is around us? Anyone like obviously walking? the other
You do
way?
not see anything with just your passive.
We're far enough
Mhm.
like outside of town that there isn't anyone else around.
No.
Yeah, passive is 14.
Okay. No, you don't see anything walking about.
Passive perception is 14. Passive
Yeah.
investigation is 18 because I am looking around.
Still nothing.
What is my passive?
That's a good question. Let me check
Oh.
for you. Passive is 19. Investigation is 18. Insight is 16.
Holy shit.
So,
Okay.
oh, I freaking don't know. That's not what I want yet. Okay,
The guy
actually, this
that-
is exactly. As
the guy
you
that we
guys take
were-
a second and you
Okay.
just kind of take in your surroundings, Lux,
Mm-hmm.
you feel a slight tug at your hat. Your familiar begins to like make a growling noise as you hear this, and then suddenly you see a small, not with your passive perception, you'd be able to see it, a small hood that almost is invisible comes out, and you can see an eye of like a dark-skinned individual, bulbous nosed, and then you just feel the tug hit as it goes to go slide his hand underneath of your hat, touching your hair, tangles it, and then you're gone.
What?
Canna, you are by yourself in this moment as Lux's familiar drops to the floor
I just
and
like,
begins to panic.
just like looking at out at the road. I'm just like in the middle of saying, I think they're gonna be all right, but I was what?
You look over and Lux is, you just see, make me a perception check, like active perception check as you're looking at Lux.
Oh God, that's cocked. I'm gonna use a different dice. Okay, that's better. That's much better. Perception, you say?
Mm-hmm.
22.
22. You just barely see the hat begin to move. You see her hair kind of come up, and you hear the sound of her familiar, of the noise of it, as this paper
Right
like
before
drake
she
makes this
disappears?
noise. Yes, as you see like her hair get tousled, like grabbed, and you can see the stone begin to show through, and it just disappears.
She does or the stone does?
She does. The familiar does not come with.
What?
And at this point in time, I'd like to say, Emily, go enjoy your couple weeks off. I love your face. Thank you.
See you guys later. Have fun.
Bye.
Don't die.
Goodbye. No
Bye.
promises.
What is with your characters getting kidnapped?
Oh,
Stop it.
Listen, you have long moments of like not.
Can I
I
like?
know. I love you. Bye,
Where's
guys.
my-
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Dippy, can you join with your phone? Because my phone's not on me right now.
Oh,
no,
God.
it is. Never mind.
Okay, there it is. So I would like to try to do something if I could in this moment.
Yes, you can.
Just as like a last ditch thing of like, hey, and I like would cast a spell
Mm-hmm.
trying to
Our overlay is a little messed up. Sorry about that, guys. We'll get it fixed in just a second.
and get a fix for the overlay.
I'm not even there anymore.
Yes, indeed, a fix for the overlay.
What
We'll
is
get it
overlay
fixed up
thing?
in a jiffy.
There. we go.
Okay.
All right.
I think nope, that's the wrong one.
So
Right there.
I
Okay.
would like to try to cast Mind Spike if I can.
As a reactionary thing, do you have Warcaster as an action of a thing?
Would it have to be a reaction for me to do it?
And
And it
technically,
has to
with
be a
this
that I
character,
can see.
you
it has to be a
you
creature
could
I can
barely
see.
see the face that I slightly described, which is the
Yes.
darker skin, bulbous
That's
nose,
kind of what I was
shorter
banking on. Was
like header holder features, but you don't have Warcaster.
I don't
You
have,
have
it as a reaction.
yeah,
no.
so you don't get it as a reaction. And I think you said that you stepped slightly away as well.
It's just like 2 steps. Like it would still be the same 5.
I mean, you noticed it high enough, but technically what he did doesn't allow a reaction.
right.
So
Can I? And I can't even try it after they disappear because it's
No,
not visible.
they're not there anymore. So what is Canna doing?
Visibility, and I was just like, "What? What? Hey! Hey! Hey!" And I like am looking around and just like calling out, like,
The rest of you begin to hear the sounds of Canna yelling out in the distance. What are you doing?
Run.
Run?
Yeah, 12,
um,
12 runs.
Shit! I can only cast that as a ritual.
What?
Detect magic.
You can still begin to cast it.
I don't have
But
my-
they're probably long gone by now.
Magic stays around for I think 24 hours after you cast it or something like that.
Really?
Yeah, there's like indications of it. That's why it's net. And identify allows you to see like past magic being cast, I believe.
So if I
At
were
least
to
I've seen it
cast
in that-
identify for a minute,
10
then
minutes.
I
but
could
yeah.
like. No, I have it prepared.
Okay, so then. Or no, detect magic is what I'm thinking of.
Detect magic. I do not have detect magic.
Oh, that's rough.
Oh fuck.
So as we're running, I'm
just
go
gonna.
ahead and
I'm,
get my battle
like,
axe
I'm
out.
calling out.
Okay.
Like, hey, wait a minute. What's going on? Show yourself. Yeah, he would probably be like, show yourself.
It's a little.
What are you doing with my friend? And I'm just like, can't see him, so I can't do Mind Spike. I would say I don't have anything for this. I literally don't have
Should have prepared for everything.
except this.
It's okay. Emily
All right, you
can't be
guys
here
slow.
for a few weeks.
Just a
You see,
sudden and outright.
Yeah.
I mean, I could try to cast
Canna
Firebolt
is-
in the general direction I think they went.
you could.
Ugh, excuse me.
That's
How far
like
is Firebolt go?
120 feet.
Okay, you could try. But it's something you don't have to see it, do you? You just have to know.
No, it's just an attack.
Okay.
It's just an attack.
Okay.
Fucking. But if nothing's there, then I could light up the whole forest.
It's up to you what you
It's
want to
okay,
do.
Ribbit will put it out.
Firebolt doesn't fucking light shit on fire. It just kind of burns things slightly.
I mean, I guess if you had a dry enough stack of wood.
Mm-hmm.
19.
19.
Just like. Just in like a straight line general direction of where.
Impressive, but it has no tell, so you just see out,
No target.
just dissipate as soon as it hits 120 feet.
I just want to make it quick. 12 is full sprint back
Yeah.
when he hears Canna yelling.
You guys, 12 just fucking Captain America runs back.
Yes.
Fucking shovel. You got tiny legs, so you run.
I always imagine.
And Rinehart's got even smaller legs.
Yeah. I'm helping him.
A lot of
Yeah.
things attached to her, so yes.
Yeah, there's.
There's a lot of shiny things
Mhm.
and chains and like.
Canna is casting light or not Canna. 12 is casting light while he runs. So like,
Okay.
just being like, you guys just follow me, keep up. Like,
I, by the way, have not moved from my spot
Okay.
Okay.
while I've been doing this.
You guys,
I've just been, like,
okay. Yeah, I will say 12. You're the first to make it to the spot.
yes.
You see Canna just standing there,
Oh my god!
mouth agape. You do see also Lux's familiar on the ground, just making
would-
noises as it not kind of this little paper drake like familiar just moving about, trying to sniff about.
Something took Lux.
I immediately cast detect good and evil.
Okay. You distinctly feel. Fuck. Okay. Cool. The familiar.
Just
No,
based around.
I know.
Yeah.
The familiar
Oh yeah.
gives the fuck it. I need to look at this.
Oh no. Did I do something
God.
I shouldn't
No,
have?
you're good. This is exactly what you should have done. But you know, there is a like old residence of like an evil aura from around here. Does it detect like the different types of things that are around, or is it just good and
For
evil?
the duration, you know, I don't know how to pronounce that word. Celestial element, fey, fiend, or undead within certain.
Okay.
So, yeah, aberration, celestial, elemental, fey, fiend, or undead.
Okay. The familiar gives off a fey
Yes.
energy. There's a fey energy that resonates. That's a little bit in like a higher area that's just split, and it shoots into a different direction. You get unaligned, but technically I have it set as this: a chaotic, evil energy from the familiar.
I reached down. Can I? What I want to do is pick up the familiar,
Mm-hmm.
and because I know magic familiars are smarter than most animals, can I just be like, do you know where she went?
I need. I love this little fucking familiar. Okay. The moment that you pick up the familiar, your hands become sticky. And
Sticky.
it holds to you directly, and it goes for a bite.
That's fine. I'm gonna try my best not to flinch. I'm just like, because I know it's scared and whatnot too. I'm just gonna let it do its thing. Just let him be. He's scared.
What? Of course he is. His master
13
just
is not going to hit
abducted.
you, but like you just see it bite into the armor or the leather coat that you have, or whatever flavor
I'm
you
not
have.
wearing my armor.
You're,
I haven't worn my armor at all. in
13.
town, so that hits.
Okay, 13. You're
God.
gonna take 1d4 damage. Great.
That's fine.
12.
I don't wear my armor in town. I did only when we leave.
4.
Or
I'm gonna because I've had
Wow.
interactions.
Max
with
And you
it.
just see the blood begin to trickle out as it and it begins to calm down
Since
in
I
some
have
way.
interactions with it, I'm gonna put my hands out to it. Come here, buddy.
No.
No, he's like, I just.
He's
you know
just
what
got
happened?
like a hold of your hand.
He's eating your hand. You don't.
It's fine. It's fine. He just needs to tease.
Mm-hmm.
It's a paper drake. I don't think it needs
As
teeth.
you
I think
feel
just
it
folds its
enter into
teeth
your
or
body,
something.
the serratedness becomes even sharper as like a secondary mouth on its chest begins to form.
Oh, okay. Well, it has. I
Maybe
noticed that.
put it down. Maybe put it down. Maybe put it down.
Can I? Okay. Can I? I've asked it 3 different times if it knows what's happening. Can I insight check or anything?
I
if this thing's
need
gonna help
okay,
me?
one.
Or animal handling?
Yes, animal handling you can do.
Oh God!
Okay.
Can I like help him with animal handling by like just trying to like just gently pry the mouth off of his arm?
I got a 21.
A
so-
21.
Make
Oh,
me
fuck,
use
well,
more
there you
healing
go.
spells.
You begin to like without giving the idea of like stress or anything within like as it begins to as you would just allow it
Yeah.
to take the bite and like consume a little bit of you, it begins to kind of like it's that moment with like stray animals where they realize, oh,
That's exactly.
this
yes, that's
person's
exactly
not
what I
here
was
to
trying do.
hurt me.
Yes.
They're just here to help. You begin to see it like just calm down, and then the mouth turns back into paper. It just kind of like sits and it's like.
right. We'll find her.
Okay, it's okay.
We'll find her, and I put the paper drake on my shoulder.
Okay.
Gonna find her, but like I don't even know where to begin with.
She has the planet.
What?
Can I?
Just the world.
I don't know if Canna you were doing it or not. I'm gonna burn a spell slot, and also, can I cast Detect Magic while we're all just sitting here?
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have it as a ritual. If you have it as an action,
Yeah,
do it.
I can just do it as an action. For the duration, you can send. I get to know like the school of magic. If you sense magic in a way, you use an action to. The faint aura around a visible creature or an object in the area that bears magic, and you learn the school of magic attack.
1 second.
I think
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
You get
Lux had
conjuration.
the world. Or
Okay.
the seed or
And
the
you
egg or
also get
whatever it
not
was.
with it you see what seems to be the resonance of like kind of a door that has been
Alright.
opened and and
Alright.
it begins as a smaller one and then creates a bigger one.
I know
Taking
this will probably
more-
be a very high
you
DC.
also-
Oh, there's more.
Let me give you more.
I'm sorry.
You can feel the energy trail into a certain direction into the forest.
Okay. Before I follow that trail, and I'm sure I don't know how you want to do this. Can I do some check to see if this is her magic?
Have you used identify or detect magic around her before?
I don't
used
think so.
identify
I've
on the stone next to her.
Yes,
I've used detect good and evil.
you've
I
detected good
haven't
and evil.
used I
on her.
haven't used detect magic.
Okay. Make me an Arcana check.
Okay.
I'm gonna say that's slightly lower. The DC is gonna be like kind of 20 because you're not fully familiar with each other, 100%
That's fine.
yet.
Yeah. I might burn inspiration on it.
I
but yeah.
would have put it as 25, but
Alright, I'm burning inspiration.
okay.
19 plus 1.
Fantastic.
20.
So you can tell that there are two separate magical entities within this situation. She is not cast. It is nothing of her casting.
Alright. I look at everybody and I just say that I don't know what the fuck happened. Whatever magic did this to her goes that way. And
Okay.
I point in the direction I was leaving.
Which that direction is.
The paper drake, as soon as you point, not like sniffs and gets the smell as well, and then just unfurls its wings and pushes itself off of you, falls directly onto the floor, and then just slowly begins to walk.
Oh, I pick him up immediately. I'm like, no. Hey, jump out here. You're good. Bite me if you have to. We all need to chill somehow.
And he's just fucking, yeah.
It's fine. Ow.
Okay, I don't have anything that would help us move faster in this moment. I have gust of wind, but I don't want to knock.
That's
anyone
not
over.
how that works, buddy, but okay.
I have Misty Step.
that
Again,
could
I
work.
don't have anything that would make us faster. So I'm just like, well, if we know which way she went, we can't waste any more time. Let's go. And I start running in that direction.
Okay.
And I will cast.
More running, guys. I've got short legs.
Hop on my back if you have to.
Let's go.
Get on one of our backs.
Let's go. And I start running.
Canna, not your back. You are. I love you. Canna.
Probably not mine. I have a 13 strength. I'm not a weakling.
Oh, I always imagine Canna as like really tall, really lanky, like
I am
That
kind of tall
giant-
and lanky, but I got some muscle.
13
giant
strength is
inflatable
like
arm man.
13 strength means that you can like what is it? Deadlift like 120 pounds, I think it is your max.
Yeah.
It's your max though.
Yeah.
12, give me your hand.
Okay.
And I grab 12's hand, and then I take out.
Why are you so sweaty?
I take out my decanter of water.
Oh, it's not sweat. Never mind.
Take out my decanter of endless water.
Mm-hmm.
I say the primordial word for stream.
Mhm.
A gallon of water is produced out of the decanter, and it shoots in a line straight up into the air,
Mhm.
forms into a ball, and I am going to cast Elevated Sight. And I'm going to have 12 drag me along behind him, and for about a minute,
Mm-hmm.
I have a sensor in the sky 120 feet above me that can see in a full 360-degree rotation around itself. And I would like to focus in the direction that we are headed. So it's
Okay.
120 feet above us. I don't know
So
how much
The
further
people
ahead.
behind you that are also in the trees can be able to see it. It's like forming around the trees and creating this direction. So those that are stuck behind you, such as Shuffle and Rinehart, are able to fucking not keep track of where you are. Yes, smart.
Yep.
I like it. Cool.
And it's just a straight line of water that culminates into like an orb.
It's like
in the
in
sky.
Breath of the Wild where you have that like little line that you can follow to your direction.
Kinda. Yeah,
Exactly.
pretty much.
Okay, cool. Dope. I like it.
And I would like to think for flavor, because it was the decanter of endless water, I could also leave like little wet footprints as I'm
Mhm.
running behind myself as I'm running.
I'm fine with that. That sounds fine. Water eventually disappears. As you guys trail this for about it feels close to like 300 to 500 feet. You come into what is an open area within the trees as you enter into what is technically a grove. That just opens this vastness, grass upon the ground, and trees upon the other side of this 100-foot opened area. And you can see what is another individual on the other side, placed within some kind of metalish like armor with a massive greatsword upon their back.
Hey,
After a minute passes, that sensor falls out of the sky, and I'm back with 12. And I'm just at the edge of this grove, and I see this person in metal armor and a greatsword.
Mm-hmm. As you get closer and closer, you can see that they have pale white skin and white hair with black upon the sides.
Hey, you!
What?
Over there! Hey, did you see anybody like coming through here with a woman behind them with a really big hat? We're kind of in a hurry. We're looking for them. We need to find them like right away.
Stealthy, you can start talking now.
You're muted, by the way.
Yeah.
Hi, everybody.
No. But why would that be of my concern?
Well, it's the person being kidnapped should be a pretty common concern, shouldn't it?
Well,
I know, she
because you
was
have detect
kidnapped.
magic still up, you can also feel that this is where the other side of the door way is, like in this grove.
I'm inciting check so hard right off the bat.
Okay.
Fucking looking at the fucking doors right there. A person. Insight check. This dashing armored human.
Mhm.
14.
Stealthy, are you telling the truth?
appear to be so. I don't know. Did I see this person? No. Okay, no.
Oh. Okay. What are you doing out here?
That seems like a bit of a rude question to ask. 12?
Canna. Canna.
I
What are you
think
doing
it's
out
a
here?
fair question. Our friend went missing and
As you
led
see
this
both
way.
Shovel and Reinhardt come out from the trees, breathing heavily.
thing-
You can even hear Ribbit breathing heavily, even though he hasn't done any running. It's just
Really hasn't
exhausting.
done The thing that took Lux was a little bit smaller than our new friend here. I'm so terribly sorry.
Oh, this person's also extremely fucking tall. Like, what are you, like 6'10"?
Yeah.
Oh. How's the paper Drake reacting?
Okay,
to
Daddy.
He is
have a cool
desperately looking
foot on
around
Canna.
and going
Yeah,
to smell, like
Okay.
is sniffing around trying to find the scent.
So tall, dark, and gloomy. What you doing?
Well, that is my business.
What business do you?
It's a totally
run?
fair answer. We need.
No, like what is it? Like a bakery? Like a blacksmith? An armor? What kind of business?
They have a sword. I would assume that they're not baking anything. 12. Please.
That's
excuse us.
stereotypical.
Please excuse us.
By the way,
I'm
Stealthy, if you want to,
Canna, and I extend my hand.
okay, Stealthy, you can now introduce your character, describing them, please.
Yeah. So what you guys see before you is a tall. I'm sorry. They are 6'5". I just double checked, Dono.
Oh,
They're still tall as fuck. What appears to be a pallid elf in front of you all. Solid black eyes. A crown of black laurels around their head. Hair shaved on the sides but pulled back in the top, in almost kind of man bun fashion. Their armor looks to sit loose upon them. They're wearing some heavy duty some rather large breastplate armor that doesn't appear to have been made for them, but they're wearing it pretty proudly anyway. They're just kind of looking at you all slightly confused, not really slightly confused, but intrigued as to what's going on in your panic, with their large greatsword strapped to their back.
So with
Shovel's
my
gonna
hand still-
push her way through both of the boys, like literally, like hands push them to the side.
Yeah.
Hi. They're worried. You see, we have a friend. She wears this really great pointy hat, and that's her friend. And I point to the white paper Drake dragon, and I look over at Canna because he was the one. She disappeared. She was grabbed.
There was something that was like it looked like a little thing was reaching under the hat, and as it just like disappeared, it just was gone like that. It just.
She has the universe under her hat.
Yeah, and that universe could be very dangerous in the wrong hands as well. So we're definitely trying to make sure that we get back to her, not just for her sake and for the sake of her being our friend, but for the sake of, well, God knows who and what.
Well, that is a very interesting story. But, again, it is none of my business.
No, you're right. What's your name? And she, like, this little turtle just, like, kind of walks around you and looks up at you and takes you in.
Wasn't that quite rude to be asking for my name? Of course, I've already had, 2 of yours?
Oh, I'm Shovel. I'm sorry. I'm not really good at the whole name thing. I really just got mine like a few, maybe years ago. Not even that long. I've been traveling with Ribbit. This is my frog Ribbit. He's really kind of a hard ass sometimes, but he's really sweet down underneath. But yeah, I'm Shovel. It's nice to meet you. She just has this like big smile on her face.
Canna's hand would go down at this point. Having not reciprocated the handshake.
Dono,
Yes.
how often does 12 see other pallet elves?
I mean, you've met one, your dad.
Yes. Is that it?
I mean, I don't know. Fucking
I don't know about the lore. I'm asking you.
pallet elves are kind of like, they're just not, you usually see elves up in towards Laxos and such like that.
So-
Usually down in this area, there's a lot more wood elves that are within this range, but like elves
Oh my
are
God,
kind
the
of
artwork is
sporadic.
so good. Okay.
Canna like leans over to 12, who got pushed over.
By the way, all art is done by Elutra 92.
Killed it.
Yeah,
Killed it.
absolutely
I just saw the new artwork on stream. It looks
Yeah.
so good.
Yada. Canna will just lean over to 12 and be like, if 12 is talking to her, just in his ear. If not, just like, did you know you had like a sister or person or sibling or whatever?
Are you guys stupid? You hear Ribbit say, not all you guys are, like, just because there's one other pallet elf does not mean that you're related to it. What the fuck? Shovel,
What
are
do
you sure
guys?
about
I
these
never
people?
agreed
I
with it.
don't know. I was just
Ribbit says that?
Yes.
I've never seen any other person like 12.
When was the last
Forgive
time you
me
were
for
ever
being
out
a
of
little
town?
suspicious.
When was the last time you were ever out of this town?
Canna doesn't leave
A couple days ago?
often.
And before that?
He like thinks back really hard.
12 extends a hand out and says, I'm sorry. I'm high strung and a friend went missing. I did not mean to come off so.
Real
when I
quick.
first
Oh,
met
please.
him, he like hid behind a
12.
tree. It was terrifying.
Did you
Yes.
give Stealthy's character your name yet?
I was about to.
Okay.
If like, yeah, as he's sticking out, he'll say like, I'm 12.
Stealthy, as he gives the name, for some reason a bell rings, or like there's like that feeling of that this is not their true name, but it's also like it's their name.
At this, they'll reach over and take 12's hand.
What brings you to our town? In a nice way. There's a beautiful festival coming up, not in a harassing way.
I am looking around.
There's going to be plenty to see. The event tomorrow is going to be amazing. So I've been told. Hey, quick question. What brings you joy?
What brings you anger?
Oh, wait. Is that what brings you joy? What brings me anger? That's
What
a
brings
lot
you
of
love?
things. Biscuits. Apparently, from what I've been told.
What
What brings
you
me
here?
anger is like, I don't know. I don't like thunder. I don't like thunder.
Changing spell slots to thunder damage.
Not
Wow.
to be rude.
Ribbit just looks at
Rinehart, by the
everybody.
way, but not to be rude. But I find it odd that the minute our friend goes missing and you're right in the path where the person traveled across and you didn't see anything.
It was not my business.
Just because it's not your business doesn't mean it wasn't seen.
And who says I was looking?
I mean, you're alive and you are here. Your eyes wander.
I'm looking at
That doesn't mean my eyes perceive.
I'm looking at the paper drake, seeing if they've like come up with anything on a scent or a trail.
I want
There-
to insight check the shit out of you right now.
Do it.
Everyone's paranoid.
I'm here. That's why
I
everybody's
wonder
scared.
why.
I wonder fucking why.
Based on past experience.
That's okay,
with stealthy
Shovel.
guests.
Yeah, with
Fair
stealthy. Yeah, I was in the frozen prison. Thank you very much.
The paper drake is having a hard
19.
time finding a scent. 19. You get the feeling you're asking the wrong question. Like maybe she might be taking you a little too literally.
Dave.
Or they, sorry, my bad. They might be taking you a bit too literally.
Of
Because you didn't
the
see
question.
anything.
What did you hear?
Stealthy. Your character heard two individuals stop. You heard a slight shrill of somebody and then a running off of heavy but light footsteps.
I heard
All that I just said.
two individuals. Yeah, everything. Yeah, everything that
You
you
can
just said.
say that.
Yeah.
Did you hear which way they went?
You're currently trying to figure
so-
that one out.
Okay.
They were.
So for survival, that's a 16 to see if I can try and find footprints or any tracks or anything.
As soon as Canna
In total?
hears Rinehart ask the question,
Yeah, that's
what did
total.
you hear?
Wait,
He
I
just
gotta-
stops in his tracks and was like, oh my god. And just sighs.
You can see that the ground has been pushed in this one area slightly. And it's hard to tell where anything is. And then you look about, and I'm going to roll for... Perfect. Okay. Fantasies. Whenever I roll for fantasy, it's always a bad roll.
Whenever
don't know
fantasy rolls
why.
For fantasy, it's a bad roll.
Yeah.
But it's a good thing that it was a bad roll because you can obviously see what is some grass that is torn from the ground in a direction towards the grove.
In direction of what?
So I'm going to point that out to
Or
the
into the
rest of
tree lining.
the
sorry.
group, and I say, "Thank you. I think they went this way."
Well, then
And I'm going to start walking, following that path.
Canna will shake himself out a bit, look to the path, and be like, well, then we need to go. Can you help us? And I like look back over to our new friend here.
Did we catch the new friend's name? Did you tell it to us?
They didn't.
Okay.
Remember, you got to ask the right questions.
No, I did not. Okay.
Can I help you?
You can help us. I think you can help us. And Shovel
May you help us?
stands right in front of them and just like looks up.
Good.
And why do you think I can help you?
Well, that
What
big
do they
sword would
call
definitely
you?
kill whoever kidnapped our friend.
I have many names. I hold many of them.
Favorite name that you are called.
That I am called? Well, since you all seem to have given me yours so freely, I am a walker.
A walker.
You may call me Walker. For now.
Are you a Texas Ranger?
God damn.
I am not a ranger in particular. I serve another purpose.
Would you be
I've
willing-
now got a character idea of a human ranger named Walker.
And
It has a there's a couple levels in monk.
Yeah, I was
You
gonna say, you
gotta
be a
have the
monk.
martial
Gotta
arts
be a
background.
monk.
Well,
Well-
do you want to join us while we look? Because it doesn't look like you're doing a whole lot.
It should prove to be intriguing. I will walk with you.
Well, you are a
might be doing
walker.
a little bit more than walking, and Canna breaks back into a light run.
running again.
Well,
Canna is. I don't care if you guys are. Canna is, because Canna is very concerned, and he wasn't able to do anything. He was paralyzed in fear before this point.
I mean, I didn't say that you couldn't do anything.
He's not casting he's not casting the elevated sight again because apparently that didn't give him any. So.
What, you used it as? Okay, wait. What does the elevated sight do? Because
So
I thought you were
elevated
doing that
sight,
as
I just said
like a
it.
direction.
I described it earlier. It's a sensor that I can see through 120 feet in the air. And it it has full vision.
Oh, I thought you were
around it.
using it as like a compass. Fuck, I
No.
I misheard that.
Oh.
God, I had a miscommunication there. My bad.
So
my
let
guy.
me reiterate. Elevated sight, when I cast it, my sight goes up into the orb, which is why I grabbed 12's hand, so I could follow behind him without tripping over anything. Or whatever. And I was looking to see if I could see on the ground below me or in the direction ahead of me where like a sensor would have led out, or whether two people were running or a person was running or whatever.
Got it. Okay. Let me do that then. I'll say that you cast it now, because right now I can't really take back anything that I fucking said already. So, you use it as a survival base thing? If you're okay with that kind of finagling and that shenanigans.
If I'm casting it now, then I can't run, but I mean I can run, but I would run with a lot of difficulty. So I'll just stand at the edge of where the whatever was, at the edge of the the path that was found.
Got it.
And I will cast it up. Same thing. Decanter of water for flavor. Gallon of water is produced. Straight line up into the sky. Orb is created. And I imagine it catches the sunlight in such a way that it sparkles like in the sky. Just
Okay.
a ball of water.
I
And
like it.
Looking around. It's looking like I'd like to focus just straight ahead of me.
Got it. So you focus in, looking straight ahead, trying to find any kind of indication of anything. Make me a perception check, my good man.
It's not an investigation.
Oh, I mean, well, you're perceiving all around. You're not close up to anything.
Specified a direction for investigation. Okay, whatever. I'm good at both.
I'm good at this.
Ooh. 22 again. 18 plus one.
Can I? Okay, cool. 18, 20, so 22. Got it. As you look about, you can see above you, just all these trees that stretch for miles. And you look into the direction, you put into the mindset of the blades of grass that were pointed out by Rinehart that were torn away, and you look, and you see the coastline out.
What?
You can see the coastline, which is out towards like almost miles away, but you can see it because you have yourself so high up into the air. And you look, and you make me a history check at this point, because you're able to see all this stuff clearly.
History. Yes. 21. 15 plus 6.
You can't think of any kind of buildings that would be towards that direction, or like if you've seen any shacks out in the forest. I mean, you and your brother or your siblings have like gone out and explored a lot and tried to figure things out, you know. And then you remember something. You saw a building out towards that way on your sail home about 2 days ago. You saw the lighthouse. And you think to yourself, is that maybe could be where they're going?
as soon as the spell ends after a minute, because that would be a long enough for you to describe that and for me to absorb that in as canon. That would be about a minute of time. So it just like now I can describe how it ends. The ball like is slowly losing water as the sensor is looking, but then when it's done, it just like dissolves into a cloud of mist above me, and just little tiny droplets just rain down, and my sight returns to me. My eyes go from just like glazed over black back to their regular piercing blue and white pupils, or white, the whites of his eyes, and he's just like, and he looks back. They're headed to the lighthouse.
Okay, I guess
Do what you guys want to do, but
let's go. 12 looks.
I could have used. God damn it.
No, what? What?
Nothing. No, sorry.
No.
I was supposed to have my mic off for that one. I'm looking at things.
I'm usually all for like going into situations without thinking. That's like my thing. Actually, I just kind of go with the flow. But maybe we should think about this first.
I agree. Maybe we do think about this, as you see.
What's there to think about?
The
A
fact-
person has kidnapped our friend, and if we catch up to them, we can stop them.
12 is going to look at Canna and say, okay, hear me out really quick.
I look to 12.
We don't know much about Lux, but she's hella strong. We know this. She's a badass. If somebody was just able to
Do we?
snap her up, I'd assume. She had a cool hat.
Noted. 12 thinks people with cool hats are strong.
Really unfortunate
Does-
for every
and
wizard
how-
playing
does
D&D.
Walker
with-
have a cool hat?
Walker has a cool ass sword. And I
Walker?
guess does a crown of laurels count as a cool
Oh,
hat?
100%. Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Sexy AF.
Not 12. Canna, we should. What happened happened. It happened instantaneously. If they're able to go that fast, that far, so quickly, we're not going to catch them. Our best bet right now is to figure out why they took Lux.
But the thing under her hat that we don't necessarily need to. Well, I already told Walker.
It's a universe.
All right. The way I look at it is two
Probably a world, I think.
Uh-oh. Monk.
things. Let's look at this logically, guys. I have years of, and I froze.
Oh,
you're
you're
good.
back.
Let's look at this
You're good.
logically,
You're back.
guys. I have years of wisdom, and we need to do two things. We need to alert the authorities in town that someone has been kidnapped, and we need to find our friend.
Can we add a
You all
third
act
thing?
like kidnapping isn't normal.
It's not. It's not. Okay, it might be a little bit normal. For one, it's not for this town, and for two, even if it's normal, it's still not good.
Agreed.
I
So,
will pull out my wire
Take
and
me to the
attempt
vault.
to send a message 120 feet directly in front of me, trying to hit Lux's mind space.
what
Just a
we can
message.
do,
120 feet, and I'm just like, I'm not even whispering, I'm just shouting into my wire.
Where are you?
And I'm so
And
I
I'm
don't want to
so
say where are you.
sorry.
Where are you? Where are you? Just seems like such a panicked
Bradley, that
question,
wasn't whiny
and I
enough.
want to keep it like somewhat calm. And if I get a panicked response back, I'll just say, "Is a message limited to 25 words too, or is that
No.
just sending?"
It's just sending.
Message is not limited to 25 words. I'll say, whoever took you, we're going to try to take care of it very soon. You're headed towards the lighthouse on the coast outside of town. If you end up there, we're going to be there very soon. If not, try to leave a sign showing us where you end up. You can reply to this message, and please do.
all right. Why don't me
Real quick.
and 12?
Real quick. In response to that, Dippy, you hear.
From the paper drake?
No, like towards the direct. You just shout into the direction.
What I hear?
You shout into the abyss, and you get a response.
Did I just message a fucking like bear? What the hell?
Speak with
All right.
animals.
Right, Reinhardt, what you want to do?
So what I propose, let's me and you
Okay.
go scout ahead. The rest of you go gather the authorities, and we'll figure out what to do when you guys get there.
Shovel does not look happy by this plan.
Not
You guys split
leaving.
the party a lot.
And if they make it through the doorway, what will you do then?
Wait, what doorway? Hey, Walker, what doorway?
Afraid of his own shadow, but you don't want to do that to him.
There's a doorway to many places.
Where? Relative to here, where?
Shovel, you can make me an Arcana check.
I was gonna say, is this considered? Do I get advantage?
No. I mean, no.
I mean, no.
I was searching my mind palace.
12 is going to like do the best he can to like just lock eyes with Walker and be like, why are you so cryptic?
They just return his gaze completely undisturbed, perturbed.
Okay.
Why are you not?
Because I like just natural, normal flowing conversation that doesn't make my brain hurt. I've dealt with too much shit to be like all over the place, not giving answers. I'm not. I want you to know, I'm not talking shit. We all do our own thing. I'm just so confused right now by your vibe.
This is natural to me. It's just not natural to you.
12. Make me an make me a history check, because you were probably taught about things like this. You're just really not.
I got a nat 20.
You got a nat 20. You're like,
yeah.
I'm not getting your vibe, and then suddenly your brain goes into like school, like classwork at the kingdom, and you're just like, wait, cryptid. You're like breathing heavily. What? And then you're like,
I'm like weirdly attracted to this person, and I don't know why, because you also kind of look like me, and I don't know if that's my ego or what's going on.
You're like, start thinking about it, and you're just like, wait, I have an idea. Oh,
brain blast.
Brain blast is like, is this person a fucking fae? Like, wait, is this like archfey? This is like archfey feeling vibes. Like, what?
Are you Walker? Are you Faye?
Shovel gets excited.
Shovel, what did you get by the way on your Arcana?
An 8.
Okay, cool. Then you don't remember.
But I know Faye, so
yeah, that's true.
Can I make an Arcana in that moment?
You can make me a history check.
Oh, okay.
Huh? What the fuck is that?
I don't know. What is it? I can't see your camera.
9.
9?
3 plus 6.
Interesting. 3 plus 6, huh?
No, 3 plus 6.
3 plus. Oh no. No. Nothing.
No.
So.
Sorry.
Wait.
They just give 12 a smug smile.
What do you? Well,
you're
they
gonna
look
be
like
fun
you.
to be around.
If they're Fae, then aren't you?
I mean, my bloodline's Fae, but there's a difference. I think. I don't know.
Is
there?
Okay,
know.
so
Hey, DM.
so here's the thing, just lore wise, anybody would know this about elves. Lore wise, elves are like deep, deep, deep Fae. They're not exactly
Yeah.
Fae. There are some elves that still live within the Feywild,
Okay.
but just because you are elf does not make you Fae. Some elves are Fae, but not all Faes are elves.
Walker, you see 12's face light up, and just like you're gonna be fun to hang out with, aren't you?
I'm certainly capable of that.
Fuck yeah, you are. All right, let's go save our friend. They're not gonna help us much. They're gonna be weird and hang out, and it's gonna be awesome, but they're not gonna help us much.
They're but they're gonna follow along.
That's up to you, Walker.
I've already said it. I will walk with you.
There we go.
Great.
The Walker walks.
Great. We appreciate that very much, Walker. Let's go. And
So you're from the actual Feywild. And
Yes.
I was gonna walk right next to you because now she's immediately interested.
I love that the
Gonna
goth
use-
character and the very pretty like kawaii character are right next to each other.
I was just thinking, oh, that fan art would be dope.
and you'll notice that even for an elf appearing character, they are, for as tall as they are very thin, which is why their armor sits loose.
So
What's it like? I've only been on like the in-between side.
It's very dark.
I'd like to visit. And she will start walking.
where are you
Where are you-
walking? Just so I know.
Where am I walking?
Where are you
Going
walking?
towards
In
the
that
lighthouse?
direction, duh. I don't.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
She
so you're
walks
going towards the
wherever she thinks the right direction is, and that
Yeah.
is
just before Canna starts walking, following the grass, following the direction that was pointed out, you see one of his head fins twitch in curiosity at the fact that a person of the Feywild is joining us, or a Fey person is joining us, and you hear an audible sigh of just a sigh. And if you're really adept at hearing, which I'm making a bold assumption that one of you is, right just under his breath, you would hear him say, "Not now."
my passive perception's a 22.
My passive
Fuck,
perception
dude.
is a 17.
What the hell?
Yeah.
22?
Yeah.
All the girls out here. Nah.
15.
14.
And my inside's
14.
a 17.
So
You can't hide anything from the girls in this group. Damn.
Are we just all going to the lighthouse? That's the vibe I'm getting. Like, fuck telling the authorities. We can handle this on our own, right?
We're just
Oh, that's
Yeah,
smart.
time.
Okay.
We don't have time.
Yeah, let's just go.
I'm just asking that we think about things before they happen, because sometimes you don't think about things, and I do that a lot, and then bad things happen.
We have time to think when we get to the lighthouse.
We have time to think on the
Yeah.
walk.
I'm going to assume with my passive perception on my DM that I heard Canna
Yes.
little comment. Yes.
You heard the little squealy voice.
And what could make you so nervous by my presence?
Without turning around or stopping his step, Hannah speaks. Not like he's like turning his head back to speak, but he's not stopping walking in the direction he is. And he just goes, I, like many of my friends, have a hell of a lot of questions about you, but I'm more worried about my friend right now. Everyone here is curious, but paramount among them being me. But I really want to find my friend.
Fucking. Dono,
Yes.
do I get any sort of vibe between our new friend Walker and the Blue Fox?
Make me a vibe check.
Oh,
This vibe check.
Roll
What
a
I add
D20.
to my vibe check? Or does it matter?
Wisdom.
This is straight D20. Wisdom?
Yeah.
Fucking thank you. I like my wisdom. That's a 17.
17. There is a vibe there that there are some similarities. Also, with like, there's a very small vibe with Shovel towards these guys. Like, they're all got kind of like, it's the idea that they're kind of together, but not.
Okay.
Like, there's
Okay.
something similar. It's what's those graphs with the circles?
Venn diagrams?
Venn diagrams. They all have the littlest part together. The
Okay.
smallest little bit. There's something
There's like a 4-part Venn diagram, and there's just one tiny square in the circle. That's
it's like,
just-
this is the vibe you're getting. Like,
Yeah.
just that little thing.
Okay.
I just want everyone to know that we really haven't taken a nap yet.
Oh, now I see what you're doing, Robert.
And I also would like you to know that I used a lot of healing spells on you all. Last time we got into a little bit of a tip.
I need a nap.
The shovel need a nap.
Did we get
We
Shovel, if you need a
Don't
nap,
bump
I
into
mean,
that.
oh,
If we
God.
don't come across them on the way to the lighthouse, we can stop
What?
and rest at the lighthouse.
deal.
Probably getting dark too. Not that I don't
Have-
mind the dark.
I
Are you afraid of the
have
dark?
A personal contingency. For
I'm
that.
not.
Here, I hand you a stone that is imbued with light.
I hold it and I look at Rinehart, and then I look back at the stone. Do I trade things for this?
Yes, you
I
give him
frozen
20
him.
gold
I
now.
don't know.
She looks at you, 12, and goes to her bag.
Put
I was
that
kidding.
down.
Shovel, I was kidding. I was just teasing you. I'm sorry.
Damn it, 12.
I don't have any more gold left.
What did you do with all your gold?
And she pulls out the crystal. I
What is-
bought they said it heals people.
Okay. I mean, I guess there's worse thing to spend money on. All right.
Does Canna knows what this crystal is?
Yeah,
Like a
Canna would
major
have been
healing
taught
crystal.
about it. It's a healing crystal. They're
It's
like
like-
a lot more, like, they do a bit more than a normal crystal, at least at
Right.
their stage. So,
And he just looks and is like, "Yeah, it does. You did a good. That was a good pickup."
But I also gave him the giant rock that I found, and I hold Reinhardt's lit up rock as we're walking.
This is the point where Canna stops moving in his tracks. You gave Darren.
Steve's Darren.
Trying to think of the shopkeeper. You actually gave Darren the entire chunk of gold that you had?
I'm not surprised. Darren's not afraid to get a good scam going.
Yeah. Was that bad?
We'll go break his kneecaps later.
Let's
It's fine.
just
Let's keep
let's
walking.
just say that he owes you a little bit more than just that one crystal. But we're not worried about that right now. And he
actually,
gets back.
the whole chunk of gold was actually worth less than what she can pay for.
Was it?
Yes.
Oh, really?
This
Oh,
crystal
that
is
was a
worth more
whole
than
thing.
that chunk of gold that she gave him?
Yeah.
oh.
I tried
We
to
don't
give him
know
a
that.
kazoo.
Canna doesn't know that.
Well, oh no, wait. Okay, so the chunk of gold, yes, it is more than this crystal.
Yeah.
But she's also
Oh.
not telling you the other shit that she bought. So
Oh, did I buy? other
you
things?
got a whole nother potion that you used.
No, I didn't. Somebody else did. I think it was
You
it
paid
mine?
for both things with the chunk of gold.
Oh, okay. Well,
Oh. Yeah, sure. I
um,
got you.
how close are we to the lighthouse?
At least I'm pretty sure that's how it is. People can correct me if they've watched the past episodes.
I didn't buy a potion, so like
I think it was.
I think it was Reinhardt that
No,
got the other
it was-
one.
It was.
Er,
It was me
was it
and Lux,
Lux?
I think.
Oh
Lux.
yeah, that's right.
And I
Lux has the other
tried to
potion.
give him a kazoo, and he was like, "No, I don't want your kazoo."
Kazooie. You guys remember that time I got not Farron to blow a kazoo, thinking that it was a cursed magic item?
Pretty much.
It's fucking keys kazoo.
I had no idea. Literally none.
It's my favorite thing I put in that thing. Shovel's gonna look over at Walker.
Yeah.
Just reach out her hand.
Walker tilts their head and very gently takes their hand.
Okay, come on.
It's not sweaty.
Shovel holds everybody's hands in this campaign. Walker is no different.
So she
Walker's
makes tea.
intrigued. Walker looks genuinely intrigued by all of you.
Is it late?
Ditto.
It's about
Likewise.
midday.
Okay, so it's not dark
No,
yet.
yet.
That was my fear.
12 said BRB. So
I love that
How-
everybody can see 12's name on this fucking thing.
11 plus 1.
Though Reinhardt's not in the right
If you
spot.
have a math equation
On
the
that equals
overlay.
12, that you
Oh
would like badly
no! Right? Oh, it's because he left. No?
No, he's been in
Sorry.
Lux's spot.
Oh, thanks for telling me
you
now.
you have me and fantasy switch.
I'm
Had them
doing
swap
100
around.
things. Can you tell?
It's good. You did good.
Welcome. Hi, I'm a DM.
Welcome to Adventures in Initiative.
Hi, I'm a DM, and I'm doing 100 things while also running a stream. Love you all.
One of those 100 things is running a show.
Yeah, I gotta
I'm
put,
gonna
like.
put out my hand to ribbit as well. My other hand, my free hand.
hmm
Like, take him off my shoulder.
Wow. Why? Okay.
And I'm just gonna hold him next to the bright rock.
hmm
And I look over to Walker. When I came here, there was a bunch of fires. Did you see any fires when you came here?
No, I came through the doorway.
No.
I was surrounded all by night. And then I walked into this. They look around.
Very different from where I'm from. I can't imagine it's the same from where you are either.
You're from the middle.
In between.
I've only ever visited once.
It's like a magic island. It feels alive sometimes.
The in-between is far stranger than either side.
She looks down at Ribbit and then just gives this big smile. Still want to see everything.
Walker just looks up, continues walking.
You guys walk for some time, whether conversing or not. Make me a survival check, people.
Gladly.
Canna's not stopping unless someone directly acknowledges him.
Okay.
He's just
blindly
following the
going. He's
warpath.
not even
He's just
looking.
he's just following the warpath.
Okay.
19.
Dirty 20.
11.
Seven.
Survival? Hold on.
Rinehart, you suddenly grab 12 as he begins to walk off the wrong direction. Like, no, buddy, this way.
I
Tap
got
him
a
in the
17. I got a 17, thank you.
I'm not going to count it because you said that you were blindly following, so you're not
I
actively
didn't
making.
say blindly. What are you talking
You
about?
said that you were following the warpath unless anybody changes direction. So
I
you're
was
just following.
following the
All right,
path.
all right, all right, all right. We're not going to fight about this.
Whatever. I was just
Fine,
going,
your 17 counts. Anyway,
was just-
Rinehart's taking lead because he's.
Didn't get me. Let me make my roll before.
I didn't think that you were because you weren't going to. Because you didn't right away. Go on. Okay, love y'all. Rinehart, you take lead. Walker, you. I was like, yeah, he's going the right direction. All right. Shovel. You see beautiful little flowers all over the place, and you start picking little ones.
Oh,
Whatever.
absolutely.
And then-
Are they still holding Walker's hand? Because Walker got a dirty 20.
Oh yeah. Oh
I'm
wait.
trying to like as
Oh,
you,
Walker got the dirty 20. Well, you know exactly
Yep.
where to go, but
yeah.
would you be heading the group? I
No.
don't think you would. So yeah, Rinehart's gonna head.
As
Yeah.
as Shovel is like walking, she's just like slowly like reaching down to pick up flowers as they walk.
Canna would be like right behind Rinehart, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess if he's behind anyone, then he's standing next to Will.
Got it. You guys at this point, as you travel, it takes a while and it starts getting dark, but because it starts to get dark, you can see the light at the lighthouse begin to shine as a sweeping light goes across the sky. The light trails very far, or has a very far distance. It has a long tail. And you can see up there, and at this point is, even with Rinehart following, some of you guys are tripping and stumbling within the grass and the terrain.
Come on, guys. It's not that hard.
I say this because Rinehart has 120 feet of sight. As you get closer and closer.
I have 300, sir.
Yeah, I'm not
Whoa.
talking about you. You're fine. As you look out, surveying the scene and looking into everything, Rinehart, you're like, we're definitely getting close. Canna,
All
you can
right.
tell that you're close as well. It's up to you guys whether or not you want to continue trekking forward or if you want to stay.
This is do or die time now, guys.
Well, if we're here, we're not.
I would have stopped us a little bit away.
My vision would be that we were like the lighthouse was within like earshot or like eye shot or like eye line.
I mean,
Or we like
about 500 feet away ish.
yeah, sure.
So like,
so we can see the light.
yeah, you can run to it.
Right.
But as
Well, if we're stopped here, then Canna will just be like, "Well, time to hold up my end of the deal," and he will pull out a. He will pull out his bedroll and just start setting up a. He'll start setting up.
Canna,
a
with your
resting spot.
17, you do find a good spot. I know you just want to open up your bedroll. You find what is basically a broken down shack. It has no roof, a few mounts of walls. The only reason that you can tell that it was a shack is because the shingles are all across the ground. This is an old. There's vines that have grown about, and there is a small, like, dirty, watered area. That is about, I want to say about 20 feet wide. So, as in this area, within this grove of trees or
Better than nothing.
forest of trees.
If somebody wants to try to construct a makeshift roof for this place, this would be perfect.
It's just a little bit of a rest. We don't need a roof.
Oh, we're not resting for the night here?
Even still, it's a beautiful
Yeah.
night.
It's one night. How's the sky looking? Are we looking good weather-wise?
Sure.
Why did I think that it was raining this whole time?
Because we get this is like raining vibes. It's very much like we're trekking through the woods and like it's a rain vibe.
We like come out of the.
Is
we
the
like
night
come out
clear?
of the. We come out of the.
Yes, sir, individual.
so the night-
You can tell that the night is clear.
I was gonna say, Shovel puts out, lets go of their hand and puts out her own, and Druid crafts so she can predict the weather for the next 4 hours.
Oh.
Okay. As you druid craft and take your hand, not look out, you can feel that there is small storm clouds brewing. Nothing severe, but there is the fact of that there will be like a small trickling of rain soon.
It might just drizzle. But besides that, I think we're okay.
Well,
Gee.
I'm all right with water. I was just concerned for everybody else.
Well, I'm not the Wicked Witch of the West. I'm not gonna melt by a little water.
Who's the Wicked Witch of the West?
Oh, she was this weird green-looking witch that I came across a number of years back.
Oh, don't tell me. Is she from another book? Another like,
Technically, she's a hag.
narrative?
Ugh, I don't like that.
I heard
12 and-
something that she was so
Oh, I
powerful she
forgot
could
about that.
defy gravity.
That's
She had these weird creatures with her, monkeys that fly.
that sounds wicked.
I hate that.
They are rather annoying. I hate visiting them.
I thought she was like popular.
No, you're thinking of her sister Glenda.
Oh right.
So, as we get to this point, we are going to take a 5-minute break as you guys settle down for the night. We're going to take a little 5-minute break. We'll be right back. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.
like
Two?
metagame anything, but like
One? Maybe? Hello! Welcome back! Hi, everybody!
Hello.
Hello.
Oh
Hello.
my goodness.
I didn't see you there. Let me just take a sip of my giant water bottle as I greet you at the door. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
I don't know what you're doing either.
None of us know what you're doing.
It might be a character down the way.
We are-
It's in
we
development.
are- Canna has already. So we're coming back. If we're coming back into it, where I think we are,
Mhm.
Canna has like laid his bedroll down on the floor of the ramshackle shack. Hmm?
Oh.
Having just finished talking about the Wicked Witch of the Woods. And he's just like, we can rest here at least for a little bit. And
I'll
he
stay
will
watch.
begin to take a short rest. Are we doing a long rest or a short rest?
I thought we were doing all night. I thought we were doing a long rest.
Are we doing a long rest? Long rest? Long rest? Okay, he will begin to take a long rest.
Walker will
Which is not sleeping immediately, but as he's beginning, but he will eventually
watch as well.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Time it is.
It's up to you guys. What do you...
I-
Obviously, roll perception whenever you want, but you know.
Yeah. Well,
That's a 9.
perception.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
That's a 23.
That's a really low roll for you, too.
I know, right? That's disappointing.
I'm like, damn, all right, fine.
Damn, the dice are not my favorite, apparently.
Mhm. What'd you get, 12?
23.
Damn. And Canna, are you staying up or no?
5.
Canna
went to bed.
Canna went to
was
bed.
the
Got
one
it.
of the people who confirmed
Yeah.
that they were.
Yeah. 12 technically
I told
doesn't...
him to wake me up for the next watch, and I went to take a nap.
12, are you wearing your armor anymore or no?
All right, so we ruled it that I left my armor at my house. I took it off when I went for my long nap, and I never put it back on. So I don't have any armor with me.
Dope. Okay, good to know.
Just playing it fair. Yeah, I got nothing.
That's fine.
Is it too
Yep.
late? Is it too late for me to say? I suppose it would be, but is it too late for me to say that I would have? That if 12 had said he was going to take watch, that he would have, that Canna would have cast mage armor on him.
Don't you have to concentrate on that? And you'll be
Yeah, and you
sleeping?
had mage
Oh, wait,
armor
no,
on
is
you
it
already.
concentration? No,
Yeah.
you don't have to concentrate.
No, it's
on
not.
Mage armor. Mage
Oh.
armor's not concentration.
Ah.
You touch a willing creature who isn't wearing armor. Yeah.
Okay.
So, if 12 made mention that he was going to take watch, he Canna would be like, "Well, you're not wearing your armor, so here," and he'll just tap you and give you mage armor.
Okay, what does Major Armor do?
13 plus your dex?
Your AC is now
13.
13 plus your dexterity modifier.
You have a baseline
Okay.
13.
So 13.
What?
What?
I have.
Oh yeah,
11
you got a
dex.
10 in dex.
I have 11 in dex. Thank you.
Oh, thank. Sorry.
Oh
No.
my god. Is
Uh,
that any better than what it was before?
Yes.
Oh yeah, no, it went up. Yeah, my dex originally was 10, or my armor.
So your
armor
AC was
class
10.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
And now it's 13.
Well, that helps.
Yeah, I hanging out with Walker on watch.
Mhm.
You would physically see 12 like itching to want to talk to you and having no idea what to say.
They just stare. Head cocked a little.
Sorry.
Oh, it's the moon in it. Yeah, it's night. What you like names, right? Like names are I don't want to be offensive. I don't want to stereotype Faye, even though like kind of we're kind of same. I don't. You are. We are kind of Nate. I don't. What is? How do you feel about names?
They're very interesting, vast, and diverse. They're fun to collect.
My name's not 12. I mean, like, my name is 12, but I don't know how to introduce myself. I have this tattoo on my neck. I didn't want it. It's kind of like a brand. It was black. I don't know my name. Walker, is that your birth name? Like, did you get it when you were born, or did you like? Is that a name you found?
It's one of my many names.
Okay. Um, I was born with a different name than 12.
I know.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
In the names you've collected, if you look at me, you know names. If you look at me, what name would you think I had? And if you need me to describe my character or anything, like also pallid elf, long white hair, golden iris, uh, uh, bigger arms for his size because he's a little shorter in stature. Yeah.
Sorry. um, just gonna sit there looking at you for a while and blink. You'll notice that they do have irises as they blink, getting caught in the firelight. It's just basically two different shades of black. 12 is your name now. But it wasn't always as such.
Yes.
What it was previously is beyond me.
Oh, I know that nobody knows what my name was before. I just more mean like you've met a lot of people with names. How like if you just like were to look at me and be like, that guy feels like a name.
What?
I'll be real. I've thought of like if I got to choose my name, I've put a lot of thought in that. That's why I read a lot of books. I read a lot of books, and yeah.
Hang on 1 second. Yeah. I had one pulled up in front of me the other day. Where did it go?
Did they call you late for dinner?
I love it. This.
You're welcome.
There you go. You're welcome. Awesome.
What can I say?
Except you're welcome. God damn it, I hate you all.
Honestly, I can go on and on. I can explain.
We love you too.
Me and little Matt, we used to belt that song out in the car. He loved it.
That movie came out 6 years ago.
It's so good. If I were to assign you a name, it'd be Abner.
Do you see his eyes swelling with tears a little bit as he just goes, I appreciate that. And then he goes very quiet.
You all give information out so freely.
It is. I don't know what I'm supposed to hide anymore.
You see their face kind of soften a bit. You hide what can be used to hurt you, unless it's amongst those that you trust.
Well, I don't see a whole lot of people that look like me, so it's pretty fucking easy to trust you right off the bat.
Are you sure that is wise?
I'm gonna be real. I trusted someone very close to me, and they've hurt me, and I don't think I'm ever gonna get hurt worse than that. So yeah, I'm willing to take the risk.
Very well, Abner.
Um, he just smiles. uh, yeah, just sits watch.
You should know where I'm from. There are not many like me either.
Well, odd how we found each other there.
Dono, I'm gonna need you to not mess with the music unless it's
Did not mean it. For some reason, I thought it
Roll
had on
initiative.
loop. I thought it had loop. Sorry.
I also like completely cut Dono off just like to RP of
You're good.
for my high perception. Do I see anything while this is going on?
All right. First, I'm gonna put in the perception that Walker sees because Walker sees all. Walker, you see trees, water, rocks upon the ground, and you can see the shattering and tossing of like wood and other different pieces, like maybe what could have been maybe a bridge at some point in time upon the ground. There's trees everywhere. It's got the faint scent of like water in the air. 12, as you've had this conversation with Walker and you begin to just kind of take everything in, your keen elven ears pick up on a rustling that is just so slight that you could have sworn that nothing happened, but you've been taught differently.
I turn towards Walker and I'm like, I think there's something over there. Can I walk towards the rustling?
You hear it in several different spots.
Oh, okay. It's just around.
It's like in a couple different directions.
I think it's a wolf.
No, that's just a sound. That's just in the looping sound. You do hear wolves out in the distance, but it's very far away.
Is it all right? Is it coming closer? Like, can I hear it like distant coming closer? Is it circling, or is it just there? Like, just kind of there's rustling.
Oh, that's not the sound that I wanted. That was really loud.
Giant
scared the
spider.
shit out of me.
No, it did too. Like my heart would like had a half beat right there for a second. You begin to hear different noises about and such. As you look out, your senses aren't quite as keen, but you can swear that you can see small mounds of something like gray moving about as you go to look out. And then you notice the sound of it, like would you like to go?
like scuttling or just like
Kind of like a scuttling kind of noise, but like I don't know how to make like teeth,
noise?
like
pincher
teeth,
sounds?
like teeth,
Okay.
Okay.
like
So,
that, but
like,
like
we're
the
talking
sound that
like-
you hear in your head, not the sound that comes out of your mouth.
Oh.
Good. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I get that. Yeah.
Okay.
But it's very subtle and quiet, but you can distinctly tell the sound of things like touching together.
12 is just gonna throw a javelin into a bush and be like, what's there?
Make me an attack roll with disadvantage?
You're
Yeah.
gonna kill something friendly.
I don't care. It's scary.
It's scary.
With disadvantage?
Yes, with
Alright.
disadvantage because you don't know what the fuck it is.
10.
10. It just
I just throw a javelin.
into a bush.
Yeah.
You
I
get
look at
nothing.
Walker and I'm like, I'm hearing something.
Walker, you
Oh.
can.
They look casually over in the direction that
Okay, your
well,
passive
we're gonna
is
refer to 12 as Abnir from now on.
okay.
That Abnir
As you
javelin
look
in.
out, you do see the sudden movement of what you thought was a rock just move over. It's like a tinier. What size? This thing?
Oh.
A very small rock. Probably about like a 2 foot large. I mean, it's a big. Would be considered heavy, but you know, like a human sized head rock.
Good, like 3 pounder,
Nice.
Maybe more like 10.
10 pounder.
Yeah.
They just kind of lazily watch it, kind of unperturbed by it. Look
You
back
see
at,
it like
at
just
Abnir.
as you just focus on it, it just
That rock moving?
It appears to be so.
Oh, how's the Drake reacting to this?
the Drake
Or is the Drake asleep at this
the
point?
Drake
Like, I
has
don't-
finally been able to allow itself to sleep. It is sleeping on your
Okay.
shoulder.
Oh, all right.
It's weird because it doesn't really look like it's asleep because it just is folded paper. You know, but you
Yeah.
can kind of tell that it's asleep because it kind of breathes a little bit.
All right. 12's gonna go up to the rock.
Okay, what are you gonna do with
Ask him what he's cooking.
I
I'm sorry.
it? You're good.
I'm gonna turn my boot sideways and shove it up its candy ass.
Yeah. I'm sorry. The only thing I kept thinking.
I'm gonna knock on the rock.
Okay.
Hello?
God, I should just leave this open. No, that's the wrong one. Okay, here we go. Let's just be open. Okay, cool. Going to do this. Yeah, that's definitely gonna hit you. You just see the rock turn, and you can see that it's a human skull with crab arms out of it, and just gets into your foot and attacks you.
Wait. Can you describe that again?
It is a human skull-ish thing. Like, it's got fangs and shit like that, but it's like twisted, and it just turns around as you go to kick it, like tap on it. It just and just grabs your foot, and you just hear, like, you just can hear the blood piercing through.
Walker, I've been impaled.
Fuck. Okay. You're gonna take 12 points of damage, piercing
Oh,
of
that's not how
slashing.
he says it. He goes, Walker, I've been impaled.
I need you to roll initiative, please.
God damn it!
Uh,
You want everyone else? to roll
Okay.
initiative?
Yeah,
Just
go for it. Everybody
gonna
get to. Everybody go to roll 20 for me.
Yeah, because he screamed. So
Yeah. I'm gonna put you like
Okay, hang on
over
1 second.
here.
What's my?
Shovel's just
God.
laying on some dirt, pressing flowers.
Shovel would technically be asleep right now, but yeah,
Oh, I thought she was like sitting by herself.
it's nighttime.
No, this was the first part of the long rest.
Oh.
Yeah.
And she was not pressing flowers.
Okay, then I am gonna change this to fighting music. Maybe.
Hmm.
Here we go. This will work.
Please, God, don't let this take super long. It's just one of these things.
Okay. I'm gonna
There
switch
we
you guys
are.
over to thing. Everybody okay
I
with
should
where
have
they're?
selected my token.
You should be able to collect it. You should be able to click it. I should have it set for you already. Let me know if you can move it or not.
I cannot move it.
Alrighty, give me 1 second. You should be able to... Oh, okay, hold up. Advanced. Here we go. Settings. Ah! That explains it. There you go. Now you should be able to do it. Right now.
Yay! Yes.
Okay. So. Shall we all roll initiative?
I rolled.
Okay.
I rolled. Yep.
Also, 12, I need you to make me a con save.
On save?
Yes.
I miss playing a barbarian.
What'd you get?
I rolled a 6.
Oh boy.
Okay. You take a level of exhaustion.
Ooh, I mean, good thing I'm going to bed. Yeah,
So, yeah. That's nice. So, Crab needs to take a... Are you trying to kill my fucking players, you fucking piece of shit? You're just supposed to be a side thing.
Are you
What-
telling me I killed a dragon turtle and I'm gonna get fucked up
By a crab?
skull crab?
Yeah. By the way, they look like this.
Oh
That's
my
terrifying.
god.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Oh.
I was looking at Roll20. I only have one screen. Give me a second.
Cool.
I love it.
Cool.
My new
I
pet.
love it.
All right. So, 20 to 25. Dippy, please
20.
write this down.
Oh yeah, let me keep track, please. Yeah, sure. Oh yeah, 25
dirty
to 20, please. Huh?
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. All right, 20 to 15.
2015, I have 19 on the crabs.
19. Crabs.
Crabs?
Multiple?
You didn't hear that? Fuck off. 10 to 15.
11.
14.
14. Anyone between those? Got 14 and 11. All right.
I did not activate you.
10 to
Is it
5.
what?
Lower than 5.
I'm sorry. I have a 13.
13.
I
We're all
heard.
staring at you like,
I
Hello?
was looking at it on roll 20, but I didn't want to say anything. I'm like, oh, maybe I'm reading it wrong.
No, I was looking at. I was reading spells and completely dissociated.
Just what am I going to do
sorry.
first
20,
here?
19, 14, 13, 11 is what I have.
I should probably roll for the familiar.
What was yours?
Oh, damn.
Sadler?
I forgot to roll.
I rolled a natural one.
Natural 1. Do you add anything to that with your initiative?
No.
No. You got a 1. Okay.
I
Was the
one.
familiar in this?
Sure. I'm rolling for the familiar. Dope. It rolled a dirty 20.
Don't let it die.
I
Well,
will
its
protect
owner's
this
not
familiar
here.
with my life.
Who had it? Who else had a 20?
The fam-
The
oh,
the
me.
familiar.
The familiar.
Okay.
And the crabs had a
Rinehart
19.
and the Familiar. I'm assuming Rinehart has a higher dexterity than the familiar.
Yes.
19 was shovel.
No, 19.
No, 19 was.
I
the
think it was
crabs.
crabs.
Yeah. You all getting
19.
crabs, my guy.
I was just about to say, I also had crabs at 19.
Yeah,
Oh, no. No.
Walker 13.
No.
Shovel,
Bye, guys.
No.
I'm logging off.
All right.
Okay. Top of the round.
Rinehart, what are you doing?
I am. Let me get over.
You
I'm
wake
already-
up to 12 screaming. I've been in
As I hear him scream, I grab my battle axe and I come running. And I already measured it from here to here. It's 30. So I get right there. And I roll to hit it with my battle axe.
Okay. Roll the hit.
Where'd my die go? There it is. 15 +4, 19.
19. That'll definitely hit.
I would also like to cast Green Flame Blade on it.
Okay.
So that'll be that,
So you get an extra D8 on that.
and then that. So 9, 10, 14,
Math. 9, 10, 14,
16 points of damage.
16. Okay.
16 points of damage.
Okay. This thing takes that hit. You see the skull begin to crack on the back of it as your blade cuts through and gets into the back of the crab. And it is going to, as its reaction to that, going to leap back 10 feet, not causing an opportunity attack. It's going to go here. And as that happens, you guys begin. Well, I don't know if you guys would see it right now, but I'm going to make them active. So you see 2 other bone crabs pop up. Token layer.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Oh, do you want to move the Drake over to me because he was on my shoulder?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And that will be it for my turn.
Got
I
it.
have a bonus action I can do, but I don't think it's going to do me much good, and I can't get another Edwards cannon real quick.
I'm gonna give 12. Dadley, you're gonna have the ability to move around the familiar. I'll
Alright,
just tell you if you want. It has a +3 to attack. So.
Okay. Oh, is it the familiar's turn?
Yes, it is the familiar's turn, right?
Oh, all right. Genuine, because I don't know. Would the familiar like run up and start attacking?
It
Or would
may
the
eat
familiar... Okay, sure.
Okay,
What's
let's
its
see.
movement?
It has a movement speed
I hope so.
of 10
course.
feet.
Oh. Okay.
It is not
If
fast.
If it's originating from, it can get in melee. If it's originating from
Me?
well,
Yeah, because it would be on your shoulder if it's jumping off.
Okay. All right, it'll do that and attack, I guess.
if it said it had a +3.
Dirty 20.
Oh my god. What does it get bonus to? Oh, she's talking. This combat moment is not brought to you by anybody. It used to be, but it's not anymore.
It's brought to you by my Instagram. 'Cause I'm egotistical.
Oh my god.
Brought to you by
Buy our
Orange.
merch!
Buy our Oh, that would have been better.
Buy the merch.
Buy the merch.
Oh, wait. This combat moment is brought to you by Straw and Coffee in the morning. Are you hungover, woke up hungover on Sunday mornings? Well, have I got a show for you? Come watch as we do random ass shenanigans and try to suffer our hangovers in the most hilarious way possible while riding amok through the lovely countryside of Barovia.
It is a mock, by the way.
Love.
Chaos
Okay.
run.
Hi, baby. Do you
We
want to
don't
give Daddy a
talk
kiss?
chaos
Mwah. Thank you. Okay, can you go?
How much
Mama?
damage does the familiar do?
What did it hit? What did it roll?
A
It hit
dirty
the
20.
crab
Oh
and
yeah,
rolled a
it's gonna do 1d4.
1d4.
Nice.
All right. Where's my d4? There's an 8.
It straight up has no
4.
plus to it. 4, nice. It takes a bite of it.
Well, it's probably sitting there like, get back here. No,
Yeah.
you
Like, no, bad. You have no control over this thing. Let me see here. I'm going to roll to see if it takes the leg off. Because that could have consequences. No, it does not. So it just bites down and gets the crab. And such. Does it cause? I gotta double check here because I don't know if it causes. No, it does not. Okay.
Is it slashing damage because it's paper cuts?
Piercing.
No, but Never mind.
I
Sorry.
get what you're going for, and that's a cool
It was
idea.
mostly a joke. It
Yeah,
was
I
mostly
get
a
it.
joke, but
I
yeah.
get it. It's funny, haha. But no, it's piercing damage because reasons. So, where the fuck is my music? I'm mad.
This skittering is also getting on.
Okay, I
getting a
will.
little
I will
in-
stop the
in my
skittering. Sorry.
ears. Yeah.
We just have tense combat music.
Yeah. Where is it? Where's the tense combat music? Here it is.
Tense combat.
There we go.
Why do you all have pictures on D&D Beyond? Not D&D Beyond. On Roll20. I want to.
Oh, I turned mine off. I uploaded mine, but yeah, I turned
I
mine
can
off.
see it.
Well, I mean,
Because you have your icons up.
I need to update.
Oh, how do you take off the icons? By the way.
How do I get,
oh.
how do I get
You
an
don't?
icon? It's just
That's
a weird
dumb.
set of shapes and scribble.
You can make them into like just your
Names.
name at the bottom.
How?
it's in your audio visual settings on in the campaign itself.
Yeah.
So go to the cog, the settings cog,
Mm-hmm.
and I think it's a video, and you can choose the size
Yeah.
of the video screen / avatar, and just set to names only.
I almost clicked exit game on accident.
Did you find it, Dono?
And 12 is.
Figuring it out.
Yeah.
I'm in video and settings. Master music levels. Nope. Don't want to. Oh, video display.
Yeah, video.
Yes, video display.
Ah! I love it.
Look at that.
Thank you. Okay.
Welcome.
Okay. Love you all. Inspiration points to both of you.
Woohoo!
Yay!
I love inspiration.
Dippy, can you join with your phone?
Why?
Never mind.
Never mind.
It'll be okay. There you go. My daughter's just falling asleep, and she needs my phone to be able to like just listen to music and stuff. All right,
Yeah, I'm coming. I'm coming.
you're good. I just wanted to make sure that it didn't ruin the overlay, but it hasn't. so-
Everybody is where they should
Okay.
be. I think.
After that, it is the crab's turn. So,
Yes.
okay. The crabs are going to, well, this one's obviously going to attack the familiar. The familiar has an AC of 11. It definitely hits.
Or do you need me to join or no?
No, you're good. Give me a second. That just barely doesn't kill the familiar. As you see a large paper cut through as a crab just right into the creature itself.
Mhm.
Make a
Do you
con
ever think
save.
your encounters might not be balanced?
All I did was almost kill
My
a
good
familiar.
sir, this
And-
is supposed to
and
be an
12
easy
damage?
encounter.
And 12 damage to 12?
Listen. This is
no,
in the
that's just called being
calculation.
on point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
called rolling really well.
Yeah,
That's
I
just called
usually
being on
roll
point.
shit, my good man.
You know what?
That's 12 damage to 12. That's
Yeah.
all I'm gonna
It's
know.
perfect.
This
that's-
one's
that's
going to
fair,
move
that's
up
fair.
to our good guest, and this one's going to move
Yes.
up to Canna because it can see him.
In the ruins.
Yeah, but there's like a little hole
Yours.
right here.
Uh,
It's just so, and just kind of right at your butt.
all right, whatever.
So, first one's against Walker. Oh shit! And in the fucking. I'm guessing a 7 plus. I'm guessing a 10 doesn't hit you.
Nope.
Nope. Okay. Secondary attack doesn't hit. Okay. Other one is going to attack. 14 for you, Canna.
That it's my armor class.
Okay. Second hit. That's cocked. That second one will hit. See, that's a lower bit of the number. 4 and 9. So you took
13 damage.
13 damage, and I need you to make a con save.
Ready? Con save?
Yes.
17.
17. You do not take a point of exhaustion.
Thank God.
So I need to roll for the familiar save. It just barely makes it save, so it doesn't take a point of exhaustion.
What did it get?
It got a what's it gone? It got an 11 exactly.
Ah.
So, all right. So that would be the crab's turn as you, Walker, just kind of see this crab scuttle up to you because of your keen eyes, and you can just kind of dance around its kind of steps and whatnot. Canna,
Walker
you're
just
just like,
calmly
what the
steps
fuck's
over it.
going on? As you just woke up. Have you gotten even out of your bag yet? You've jumped up and in like your bag. I imagine that like you're wormed up in a sleeping bag. Like, what?
Oh, me?
Yes, Canna.
Oh, I like when I heard 12 screaming, I was just like, what? And I like my arms came up out of my bag.
Yeah. But
my
you know
legs,
how
my
like
bottom
if you
half is
ever
still-
stand in a sleeping bag, you got
Oh,
like
I
this
know.
worm.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm thinking. So the crab
That's
in through
just
your
my
sleeping
bottom
bag.
half.
The crab just right into the back of your legs, and you just ah! All right. Next in initiative is who?
Shovel.
Okay, good. Shovel stretches out a little bit, and then she sees this little crab skittering and hears, obviously, 12 yelling, and then she sees the skittering crab towards their new friend. Oh, I nudge Ribbit.
Mm-hmm.
Say, maybe you should stay back here. You could throw things from back here. And
that's fine.
She walks up and she looks at Walker, and then she leans down onto one knee towards the rock. What are you doing? And she'll put her hand out and cast Burning Hands on it.
What are you doing?
It needs to make a dex save.
That's a 15-foot cone, right? For burning hands?
Burning Hands?
Yes.
Oh, it is a 15-foot. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna read. She's gonna walk it this way.
Did
and
you
make the
forget to
cone.
read the spell again?
Always
What are you doing?
chaotic. The 15-foot cone goes this way.
Okay, and it needs to make a dex save?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's hilarious.
I'm bad at being a druid, you guys.
13.
I rogue. What is it?
13.
It fails.
Ah,
Ooh,
dang.
Good.
And then I'm gonna roll.
Roll me that sweet, sweet damage.
Oh, only 12.
Only 12? It's you see the white pearlescent crab shell slowly begin to turn red. It's like as it begins to click even faster.
I look at him like I don't think it's done yet. And bonus action, I'm gonna have Ribbit throw a flame sweep.
Okay. It's going to, in response to the attack, jump 10 feet back, but Ribbit can still hit him.
Okay. And then I always have to dig out his. Sorry. It's in features and traits. That's where it is.
What a strange ability.
Your spell attack modifier to hit. So that is my spell attack modifier. Hold on.
You
You're just right above at the top of your
Yeah.
1d6 plus PB. Oh, there's a lot of things I have to remember because it's not just on there.
spells are hard, okay?
1d6 plus PB. My spell attack is +7, so it's a d20 plus 7. Got 12.
12 to hit,
Yeah.
just barely misses as the crab as you take the burning hands, the crab jumps back 10 feet. Ribbit shoots out the bullet and just barely arcs just underneath of where the crab is gonna land and just misses it.
Aw, buddy.
Sorry, Shovel.
That's okay, you tried.
Okay, next up.
After Shovel is Walker.
Walker just very calmly looks around. Everyone's screaming and yelling. There's fire everywhere.
I'm not screaming, but there is fire from me.
Yeah.
Screaming. Just
I will say this plant probably on fire.
Oh,
Okay, cool.
oh no, I'm sorry.
It's fine, Shovel. It's controlled.
Would you all like help?
That would be nice.
Canna, for just a split second, wants to say, "Yeah, maybe," but then thinks better of it and just says, "Yes." Uh-oh, who left?
Oh, now it's all. Now it's all.
I'm on
No,
it
it's
right
all
now.
joining.
I'm already
Oh, it's me.
I got it.
Cool.
Let me in.
I love how we
Oh,
all
man.
grab for our
Let me in.
Bradley.
I already got it.
I got it too.
That, and then goes here, right? Got that right? Cool. Got it. All right. Let's continue.
Yeah,
All right.
Walker looks
Oh.
around, having asked the question.
Oh, I have my picture on it.
Yeah, it's
Canna's-
fine. I have the picture off.
You got Canna's answer.
I fixed it. I almost... Okay.
Thank you.
There you
Yes, please.
I had no beard in that picture. I didn't want that to be seen.
go.
Well, it's in here for a split second in recording. So.
I will require help in return.
Okay,
You got it.
absolutely.
A deal. Y'all hear, a
at this
deal
point-
has been struck. I'm kidding. What? No.
New hand touches the beacon.
No hand touches the beacon.
Stealthy Stormy will remember that later.
Kidding.
Walker will remember.
At this, they raise their hand. A question: do any of y'all speak Sylvan?
Oh, hold on. Do
I don't know what languages they speak.
I?
It's on your characters.
Oh no. Oh, I do. I speak Sylvan.
Yeah, of course you speak
Okay.
Sylvan. Hey.
I speak like 20 languages. I had to check.
Where do you find your languages?
It's in abilities.
On D&D Beyond, in your
Yeah.
armor proficiencies and languages column, under your passive skills.
Oh,
It's underneath it. It should be underneath
Languages
your
is the
picture.
last
It's like
part
last
of
one.
the proficiencies.
I do not. Why do I speak giant?
I don't know. Because you're from the
He chose
Dwarven
that.
lands.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay, never mind.
I also
No, it
speak
doesn't.
giant.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, see? Dwarven lands.
In which
Only-
case,
This is one of those weird edge cases where I didn't take a background that gave me a language, so I'm just speak common and primordial.
nice.
Don't you
so
also
Shovel
speak
would hear-
Aquan? Sorry. Go.
Primordial.
Go. Sorry.
Shovel would hear, since Shovel speaks Sylvan, as Walker raises their hand, as is my right, as being Avery, member of the Court of Night, do my bidding. And from them emits a field of twilight stars that encompasses the radius in a 30-foot area. So if you are in this 30-foot radius, the area is filled with dim light. So if we are sitting in darkness, then the area has actually brightened. In this area, the sphere moves with me, lasts a full minute. At the end of y'all's turns, you gain 1d6 plus 3 temporary hit points, or you can choose to end. You can end one effect, causing you to be charmed or frightened. Either or. You can't pick. You can't pick both. You can only pick one. And then they look at the crabs. What can I do exactly with crabs? Nah, fuck it. They take their great sword that looks like they should not be able to wield this in any way, shape, or form. It's far too large for their frame. They pick it up quite deftly and walk over to the nearest crab. So that would be the one that's currently on fire.
Got it.
And swing bada bada.
Swing,
Hey,
bada,
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 bada, bada, hey,
swing.
bada, bada, swing.
All right,
God, Stampede.
go for it.
Oh, that's a 10. I hate
That
this.
does
I'm not
not
gonna
hit.
roll in this.
Oh no.
Oh, buddy.
Oh no.
I'm gonna stop using this shit. I'm gonna roll my
There you go.
table.
There,
Yeah.
well, go there.
I'm gonna roll my real dice now. Anyone care?
That usually is what happens with us. We get tired.
Yeah.
I find the
We leave
digital,
behind. And then
I
we
find the
just roll like
digital
crap
dice
for
rollers just roll like crap.
Mhm.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's it. That's a return. You're all in a pretty purple field.
All right.
Yay.
Cool. As
Reinhardt is not,
Hey,
but yeah.
Dono, that pretty purple field that you put on is only on the DM layer. None of us can
Yeah.
see it.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry.
Woohoo.
Advance. Why is it only on the DM labor? That doesn't make
DM
sense.
labor.
Oh no, hang
Layer.
on.
What?
It might just be me. My D&D Beyond froze. I just realized.
Oh my god, that explains why your character didn't move. Can you guys all see the layer?
No.
I can't. No.
No.
I can.
Gosh.
I can check
No, I
stream and
cannot.
see it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I can see it on stream.
I got it. I can do it. I can give myself an aura, I think.
Okay.
No, I can see that you gave me an aura. I can't do anything. I don't see it.
That's weird.
That is weird.
All right.
Either way, I
Canna's-
can just let you guys know who has it.
Yeah.
So
Canna's turn.
okay.
Canna's gonna mind spike the fucking crab.
Okay.
It needs to make a wisdom saving throw for me, please.
How wise are these crabs?
They're not
No,
wise.
that was-
I assume they're not wise.
Well, when you assume,
I
you make
mean-
an ass out of you.
Wisdom save? It got I'm guessing a 4 doesn't do it.
Yeah, 4 definitely doesn't.
No.
So it's going to take. Oh, I get to use my big blue dice.
Oh, the big blue one.
All right. 3d8.
Yeah.
Fucking
38?
Jesus. That is a 5, a 3, and a 1. So that's 8 psychic damage against the crab.
Okay.
Obviously the one that's on me.
Got it.
As a secondary effect, I now always know where that crab is.
Cool. I'm gonna mark it with blue for Canna.
There you go.
Sure.
Yeah.
It cannot be hidden, it cannot be invisible, or it can be invisible, but it doesn't gain the benefit from being invisible.
Hmm.
So it can't run away and try to hide its little fucker face.
Oh.
I will then. Does it make its little jump back?
No.
As a result of that, it doesn't.
Yeah, because it couldn't tell what the attack came from. So
It's very confused.
Okay.
all the other attacks had more of a physical form to it. The other, like, no, this one
Can I like?
psychic.
Can I like whack it with my staff?
You
Wait,
just used your action, right?
No, I can't. Never
No,
mind.
you can't.
Sorry.
You're good.
Two-weapon fighting. Could I like hit it with my dagger?
Do you have your dagger
Like
drawn?
my offhand? It would be.
No.
It would be,
Move on.
fucking whatever then.
I love you,
Like-
Dippy, but
Oh,
no.
Wait a minute. Is this a bonus action or is this an? It's an action.
Okay. Next up.
Okay.
Is it top of the
Yeah.
round?
No, it is 12's turn.
Okay, 12.
Alright. 12 is gonna
Do you
run up.
choose the? Well, okay, wait. What do you choose from the things that you can get?
What do you mean?
Oh, Dippy,
Oh.
temp HP.
Oh.
Roll 1d6 plus 3.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yep.
I get to roll it.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Ooh. 1d6 plus how much?
3.
I get 8.
Nice. Dadley, roll your d6
Yes.
and then continue your turn.
No, the d6 is at the end of the turn.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
It's at
Go.
the end of the turn.
Yeah, and
My
I'm not in
bad.
the field come the end. Yep. So I'm gonna run up to the crab up here.
Okay.
I don't remember. Does exhaustion affect my movement?
No, you have
Not yet.
disadvantage on
Not
checks.
yet. Yeah. Yeah.
I believe,
So,
right? Is it
and,
checks or saves? I'll look it up.
Both, I thought.
No, it's one or the
Checks,
other.
Checks.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
checks.
So I'm going to just look at this crab and be like, "You fucker attacking my dragon." And I'm going to cast inflict wounds on it.
Nice.
Okay.
Does a 19 hit?
19 definitely hits.
All right, 3d10. I'm just doing it in because I don't feel like looking for my d10s at the moment. 19 damage.
19 damage. You just see this thing, and just like its legs curl, and as it falls back and dies.
Sweet. Can I like, as a bonus action, just like grab the paper drake and put it back on my shoulder and be like,
Yeah.
just hang out with me, okay? Like,
Yeah.
don't go anywhere, please.
Sounds that.
Don't know if it
You
wasn't
would-
obvious enough. Canna is standing up, taking the sleeping bag off his
Yeah,
back and grabbing
I
his quarters.
got you, my guy. Thank you.
His bonus action will be taking out.
Got it.
Um,
Thank
Yeah,
you,
that's my
Matt
turn.
Dippy. I appreciate that.
Do you have enough
Okay.
movement to get back in my aura?
I can't see your aura, so I don't know.
You
You're currently out of
have
it.
I have 15 feet left.
you can make it in there. Just go up.
Just.
There you go. No,
All right.
yeah. The paper drake can also benefit from
Yes.
the.
Okay, I'll roll for the paper drake as well. Or actually, no, you roll it because you know it's health.
1d6 plus 3.
We got 8
Oh,
back.
6. I got 9.
I'm temp HP.
Okay. Next in, that's top of the round, right?
Top of the round, Rinehart.
Reinhardt. How you doing?
All right.
Sitting in the fog.
Yeah, I moved my chair slightly, and the overhead lights causing glare.
I'm good.
I feel ya. I got villain like level going.
I'm going to move right there. I'm gonna take a swing with my green flame blade. And so let's roll that real quick. Gonna assume a 19 plus 5 will hit.
Yes.
This dice has been rolling really well for me tonight.
Good. I'm happy to hear you.
So we got 10, 16, 18.
Nice. Okay. That one's the one that's already been hit. So that one, what'd you hit it with? Your axe? Okay. So you,
Yeah, axe with green flame blade.
you hold it up and right through it, and you just cut asunder the crab completely in half as your axe goes right into the kind of marsh-like
Okay, let
wet
me take a
ground being.
measurement then. Okay, bonus action. Misty step.
Ah,
Bonus action of Misty step.
nice. Okay.
Boom. End of turn.
All right.
Oh, D6 plus 3. Am I in the aura now?
Yes, you were just
Yes.
barely in the aura.
Good to go. Got a total of 6.
It's touching your pinky toe. What's it do? You're just dipping your toe in the aura, so
Nice.
should be a D4. Nah, I'm kidding. Okay. Next up is
Drake.
Drake. Drake is gonna stay towards. Is gonna give you the help action 12.
Happy.
Oh,
So
okay.
whatever you do next, you have
Take
advantage on it.
by woes.
Hell yeah.
And then it's Crab's turn. This
Crabs.
crab.
One crab.
This crab is going to look about and do 2 attacks, 1 to each one of you.
Oh, that's what I heard when I did message.
Oh,
Great.
you alerted the crabs we are coming.
Fuck.
Canna,
Yes.
dirty 20.
Yes.
Reinhardt, 18.
Just hits.
Okay. I need you both to make con saves.
That should be enough, right? If 11 just barely made it, then 14 should be good.
Yeah,
25.
you're fine. You're both fine.
Natural 20 plus 5.
20 plus 5.
Awesome.
I think you're good.
10 points to Canna for not piercing, and
Block.
7 points to
Gryffindor.
yeah, to Rinehart.
I'm glad I took that temp HP. Thank you.
All right, and that's the end
You're
of
welcome.
the crab's turn. Actually,
Is it?
it's going to disengage 10 feet, do its jump, and then take its movement.
Can it disengage though?
Yeah,
Because it attacked.
no, it can disengage as just its ability. It's got like a roguish ability. It can disengage in 10 feet or use its reaction to do it. So
That's fucking crap.
it's going to move 20 feet out and then into the water and go another 10. The only reason that you guys can kind of see this is because Canna has it marked.
So it jumped 10, moved 20, moved 10, and then 10 again. What kind of fucking
It's fleeing.
Crab?
It's getting the hell out of there.
true? Shovel, are you doing anything? Your turn? It's your turn next.
He is going to.
I relayed to the group. It's going into the river.
It's in the river, but yeah.
It's already in the river.
Well, it's technically just a pond, but yeah.
It's in the pond.
Canna, make up your mind.
Pond, river, get, fight
The
it!
little voice in my head doesn't want to decide.
Shovel's going to watch it go away.
Nice.
All right.
Bye.
Walker, are you doing anything with it?
Fuck this thing.
Don't do that.
Fuck you in particular.
Maybe not that.
Actually,
I will say
lied.
this. The
Can I
only
mold
person that
earth over-
knows the exact location of where this crab is Canna.
Yeah.
For my action, I was just molding
Really? Why?
earth over the bodies.
Can't-
Huh?
Say again.
Okay.
I point in the direction that it is. Like when you have the arrow in the video game that points to exactly what your next objective is. That's Canna's just pointing like that. He's just tracking it perfect.
So I can't see this at all. Why can't I see this?
Underwater.
It's underwater.
Huh.
It's murky as well.
So, but I know just the general direction of where it is.
Yeah.
Canna knows.
I mean,
and Canna has told you.
yes.
So
Okay. Great. Good enough. Then Walker casts Moonbeam on it.
Cool. All right. It's going to make a save, right? What is it?
Yeah.
Con save?
Yes.
Doesn't
yes,
make
is.
it. Give me that 2d10. That's sweet 2d10.
I love it.
12.
12. Okay. You see the water boil
Yes.
as is like radiating heat just right into the area. And you just Canna, you're probably the only one that feels like the switch just go off.
Yeah, you killed it.
Right.
Good.
And then it just like
I will
floats
be
to the top.
right back as you guys end this and go back to the RP. I'm gonna change the music really quick, and I will let you
Shit.
guys.
And he looks down to his leg.
And you'll notice that every time that they cast a spell, it comes out in Sylvan.
Oh,
Talk among yourselves.
of course.
How's everyone doing?
Yeah, and anyone really get hurt?
Head count?
Yeah.
All right, Canna, come here.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to do that.
Ow. And he's grabbing his calf and he's just like walking over.
And
a lot less pressure on his right leg.
12 is going to give you 10 points of lay on hands.
Ah.
And he's going to give does anyone else need lay on hands? He's going to give the other 10 to the familiar.
No, because I'm gonna go to sleep after this.
Yeah, you've just given everyone 10 points of lay on those two 10 points of lay on hands.
Walker
never
reaches out and touches your shoulder,
Mm-hmm.
and you get whatever this was.
Your wounds.
18 points.
Oh, nice.
Whoa. Very nice.
That puts me back at full.
Nice. Canna will just like look around and be like,
just all right. We took care of it. Y'all can go back to
12.
bed. We'll finish it. Yeah.
12.
What? It attacked me.
Did you go up to it first?
That feels irrelevant. And I look at Walker as I'm answering questions correctly now. Like
they just you see Walker looking up at the sky.
all right. now that
12.
Dono's back, yeah. Thought it was a rock.
Please be more careful.
Thought it was a rock.
The thing that was moving around, you thought it was a rock.
I thought it, yeah.
I've
Go
seen
to bed.
rocks move.
See? It's not that weird. Donna.
I thought Abner performed quite well.
Who's Abner?
Who's
He looks
Abner?
Directly over to Walker after they say that.
I mimic his sentiment. Who's Abner?
Walker knows a lot about names, and I asked them what name they thought I might have had before 12. You can continue to call me 12. I know it's what most people do. It's okay. Just
Okay.
figuring things out.
Canna looks at you like he looks at you
And you look at me.
now look at him and he just like can I was someone supposed to take the next watch that I can give up?
That was me.
You can go ahead and retire early. I've got questions.
All right. No arguments. Holler if you need me.
Now that Dono's back, I want one of these skulls.
What?
I want one of the
Wants the
skulls
skull.
off the crabs.
Okay.
I was burying them with mold earth.
I'm digging one of them back up.
Okay. I would like you
Yes.
to investigate the skull, and then I guess as you pick it up, you pick up the entire crab itself.
Yeah.
As you just pick up the skull trying to detach it, it just comes with the crab and everything. The skull is part of the crab.
Okay. I want to like cut it out or
Okay.
do something.
Make me a survival check to do such a thing.
You get the one that was in the water. You might be able to use it for crab roast.
I was gonna say, you'll have to do the one that you'll have to do the one you killed because I disintegrated the one I killed.
That's at disadvantage because of my exhaustion, right?
Yeah, technically the only one that actually has a skull intact is the one in the water, because the one that Rinehart killed, he sliced in half because the axe and just cracked it. The other one,
Walker just
yeah,
pummeled it into the ground.
Well, I killed one with
Yeah.
with
Oh no, wait, no, you killed the other one.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
sorry.
that's right. You can't do the.
Yeah, that's the one I was gonna go to.
Okay, go. That one you can
So
get.
even with disadvantage, I rolled 17.
17. You easily are able to like take a. No, I'll just say that you have like a carving knife or something. You just
I figured I had
slowly.
something on me.
It's like a
Yeah.
paring knife. And you just kind of peel the skin, or the
Yeah.
meat
So he
away
could-
from the skull itself. It's interesting because the skull is more thinly not built like a crab's, that kind of skeletal form instead of an actual skull. It's more of just like aesthetics or and such. It seems to be like a defensive like tool.
Okay. So just add crab skull to
Yeah.
inventory.
Crab skull.
You've got crabs.
Crabs are skulls.
Um,
Their bodies are exoskeletons, which are made of the same matter as bones.
Canna making that comment about questions. Who's that directed to?
Walker.
Then 12 is going the fuck to bed.
Oh.
Walker's aura dissipates.
The familiar follows 12 to bed because it is wounded.
Oh, I gave it 10 points of lay on hands. while you
Oh,
were
thank
gone,
God.
by the way.
Okay.
You give the familiar 10 points of flavor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then it's able
There
to
you
hold itself together.
There you go.
And I healed 12.
Yes, you did.
Woo.
And I helped him.
And I.
Oh, actually, before 12 goes to bed, he looks at Walker and pulls out a joint.
One day it's gonna go well for you. This has got to be that time.
And he just like holds the joint up to Walker and it's like, it helps me sleep. You wanna just like do you hey, I don't okay, so like I don't normally I actually do this a lot. I shouldn't lie. Do you want to smoke?
I've never smoked before.
I get to show someone from the Feywild something new.
Well, not that.
If
at
you want
least.
to. He lights it? We don't need to fully RP just
This
smoking
is-
weed.
By the way, this is Green Dragon's Kush.
That good stuff.
Yeah, this.
That's literally in my notes. It's
Canna-
like, that good shit.
That good
Over
shit.
table.
I know
over
the
table
strain completely.
over table directed to both Dadley and Dono. How much would Canna know and understand about 12 doing this?
Nothing at all. It seems to be a new habit that he picked up,
Yeah.
not from when he was gone.
Okay.
Can I?
But it helps
In
him.
my brain, Shovel definitely knows what this is.
Yeah.
She's like, oh wait, I have that back home.
This is Dono's fault for giving 12 a brick of weed.
Canna just like looks at 12 and was like, "We need to talk about that tomorrow."
Can I
Yes. Yeah, by all means.
Really?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
just? Can I?
Can we borrow your toad to light it?
Hey,
Oh, you're gonna.
that
light
feels
it?
belittling.
What?
You're not
Wait,
gonna
what
like
do you do with this?
cook it into things.
Oh, I mean, we can do that too. We don't
She
have
takes
time
out
for
her herbalist kit.
Yeah. At this point, Walker goes, "Oh, that's so odd. You smoke it?"
Yeah. Okay. You know what? I'm just gonna and I give.
What is going on?
It's an herb.
They're trying to
Oh,
make dabs,
back-
okay?
Back in my day,
No, Canna is saying that in character.
Reinhardt. Back
Canna
in
is
my
saying
day.
that in character. like,
we used to have this stuff every day. It was just a wonderful time. I'm a little old for that now.
I give Shovel and like an 8 and just go to bed. I'm like, you know what? This is becoming a little
Reinhardt,
more than I thought.
your strain of choice is Purple Worm OG.
Where Shovel
I got
and
one called
Walker
like Purple Muffin
use
right now.
the Fey variant.
Yeah. It's a hybrid, is what not all Fey Kush is.
It's still a little
Yes.
late for a Shovel, so she like wraps it around and
Mhm.
makes something out of this later. And then she looks over at you, Walker, before as she gets up and speaks in Sylvan. What's the Court of Avery?
Court of Night.
Court of Night? Spoke their name?
Yeah, they spoke their name.
Just I want to learn more about that side. when you have time. And she tucks the thing of weed into her
No,
bag.
we shouldn't have had our session 0 while we were both drunk.
And then grabs her staff and she hits it on the ground and a little flower pops up and she picks it and she hands it to you. Okay. Like opens like finds a little place to tuck it into your armor when you don't take it. Man, I could have.
They just watch.
She grabs a ribbit and finds a little corner. Goes to sleep.
So, as the night continues onward, Canna will, like, instead of tucking into his bedroll, will move it over to somewhere and lives, like, sit cross-legged on it, quarterstaff in hand, and begin to take watch. And he speaks up. I'm aware that folks like you and my brother only need half the time that we do to rest up, get their legs back. So, if you have the time, I'm curious about some things.
Feel free to ask questions. Know that I may not answer, though.
Then prepare for a lot of questions. And over the course of the next hour or so, he will ask pretty much every question in the book to fulfill the condition of getting an answer for what basic questions I will ask as a player, and you determine the level of answer that Canna gets.
Okay.
He's going to ask you trying for very specifically where you're from. Like if you could give like the most specific answer he would take is like home address, mailbox, like postal code, but the most specific answer he gets he'll be satisfied with.
Hang on one second.
No worries. He'll comment on the night air in the middle of his ramblings.
Crisp.
He'll comment in the middle of his ramblings a lot. He'll just like point out the environment, trying to make the situation more comfortable because he's a private investigator. He knows how to do this. He's
got cards and everything.
Yeah.
They're drawn with crayon, but you know.
They're drawn with crayon. He's not that immature. He's 27.
Dude, I'm 28 and I'm pretty fucking immature.
It's not crayon. It's blood.
It's Crayola.
No.
It's not crayon, it's Crayola.
It's colored pencil. There are fancy lines.
Yes.
If he gets
Tano,
it,
here's your answer.
He'll also ask, you called yourself a walker, not just walker. Are there more of you? Something to that gist.
I'm sure I'm not the only one.
Do you know how many of you there could be?
It is not known.
Your dad sleeps around a lot, but you know. Sorry.
Did he get an answer to the location question, by the way?
Oh, I'm sorry. What was the location question?
He wanted as specific of an answer to where are you from as he could get. And I'll reiterate, he will accept anything as specific as like mailing area, postal code, mailbox, home address if he can. But whatever the most specific answer he gets, he'll be satisfied with.
I belong to the Knight of the Feywild.
Hey, Dippy.
Mm-hmm.
Roll me a history check.
Sure. Whoop. 10. 4 plus 6.
Rough. You get nothing.
Cool. He will ask, what do you do with names? I know what some are capable of with names. At least on a surface level.
I hear them.
You what?
I hear them.
Hear them. What capability do you have of doing with them after you hear them? Just like a tiny shrug, is that it?
Pretty much, yeah.
Hmm. Interesting. Is there anything you like to do with them? Or more broadly, is there anything that you like at all?
I like the night.
Any sounds, smells, tastes, visions? Anything tied to the night itself that's pleasing to you?
There's a sense of stillness and calm that can only be found at night and not in the waking world.
If you are a walker, how long have you been one? Since you were born, were you appointed to it? Were you born?
All things have a beginning, and all things have an end.
When was yours approximately?
My concept of time is different from yours.
Try me.
In many ways, I am very, very young. But in many ways, I'm also very old in your concept of time.
So about 250, 300 makes some sense. I don't know what 12 told you. I know that. Did he ramble that much when you were on watch together?
I
don't know. I haven't seen him like that with anyone other than one other person. And he's in love with that person, so. Don't take it personally, bud. He is my brother. And I worry about him in ways that may only make sense to me, but I'm not worried about you. I'm worried for him. Because I don't think he knows quite how to do the whole. I don't know what he did when he went to the. I don't know what he did when he went off to do his job, but. Do you have the capacity for love?
Yes, just like any other.
That's all I need to know. And then he'll just kind of wind down with some more like with a question that gets answered with a question and like just lots of just little petty things. And
Any personal questions you try to ask, they will try to weasel their way roundabout question wise.
As expected. It doesn't get to the point of like, oh, Canna wants to know what your favorite color is, or like, but like not personal in that way, just like about
So
the
you like
Huh?
jazz?
You like jazz? What is jazz?
No, those are Shovel's questions. What's
Okay.
your favorite color? Do you have a favorite flower?
Yeah, that was where I was kind of going with that
You
clarification.
see,
Is that
they do sit there and play with the flower that Shovel gave them.
Shovel loves.
Anna will
Well.
look and be like, well,
I do have to sleep. I'm not entirely immune from that.
interesting. Well, if there was anything that you wanted to ask me, I've been barraging you for about an hour and a half now. Go on. And he'll just like sit back and kind of become more attentive to his watch now that he's done asking questions. Now that he's done asking questions.
How open is this world to things that are not of it?
Anna will sit and think about that for about 2 minutes. And after 2 minutes and 30 seconds, he'll just speak up and be like, I'm not entirely sure. I haven't been too far away from my home. Things might be different than from where I live.
And where you live, would someone stranger than me be accepted? Or people?
He nods. There are plenty of folks who, I mean, hell, look at me. I'm a big blue snake who came from the ocean and everybody accepted me. I'm sure that someone who looks like my brother, heck of a lot more normalized, would be just fine.
I am
Normalized
the
to
only one.
normalized to the societies of the government that we live in accordance with their laws and customs, but not normal for everything else.
I am the only one that looks like me where I'm from.
That was good timing on that wolf howl. Just like kind of
It's like,
perks up at that.
dang.
Well, "12 is the only one of him that I've ever known." Perhaps it was fate.
Well, I must sleep now. I do actually sleep, despite what I may look like.
Well, then I will leave you to it. I'll keep us safe.
You see, as they lay out the red bedroll and very respectfully put the claymore down and take off their armor. 'Cause they can't sleep in their armor.
I forgot that claymore was a type of sword and not a fucking bomb.
Claymore planted.
Claymore going out.
There it is.
Don't forget this
There's the
side
villain
towards
turn.
enemy. And sets they're far more respectful with their claymore than they are with the breastplate. They just toss that to the ground. You notice that they basically get down to like a sleep shirt and shorts, and like linen in their linen pants. But oddly enough, they leave the laurels on.
They've got a
I think
really big
that's
baggy
something-
T-shirt that says Van Helsing on it, and like a guitar.
Van Helsing,
It's just
yeah.
fucking like past their knees, which for their size is very fucking big shirt.
No, it just says it says in Sylvan, I went to Barovia and all I got was a stupid shirt.
It looks really pretty.
Yeah, and yeah, great
This
figure.
shirt
Yeah,
are
and
like
they go to
two
sleep.
fangs out of a smile or whatever.
Yeah.
Check out our merch store next week.
I'll send you the Sylvan information.
Oh my god.
Do it. I will make it.
Okay.
And they go to sleep.
I think that's going to be a good point for us to cut the session. And we'll be back next week, you guys. Here we go.
Still have weeks for Stealthy's villain turn.
Weeks, guys. Weeks.
All right. Well, we're going to raid. It's my wife that we're raiding. So go say hi to her.
Yes!
Yeah.
But you guys have a lovely day. Bye-bye. Yes, till next time, your adventure matters. Roll for initiative.
Doodle.